Okay. I had to go take a little breather for a second because my WhatsApp community is really pissing me off today, which we're going to talk about. Don't even trip. We're going to talk about it. But in case you are new here, my name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know this sounds good to you, so click that subscribe button. Typically, I go live every single day on TikTok. So we're temporarily here on the tube of you. I most likely go live on YouTube probably once or twice a week to answer your questions and support you guys. But click the link in the description, head on over to fucking TikTok and follow me over there so you can get in on our daily lives there. We have a rocking good time on TikTok lives every day. Where I'm here to answer any questions that you have regarding manifesting your SP back. I manifested my SP from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same, and I'm good at it. I've only been teaching specifically on specific person for about 60 days now, but the amount of people, trust me, I know. Oh, I know. I'm going to be bitching at them today. Okay, so I lost my whole train of thought. Lost the train of thought. Anyway, I have a live event coming up if you want to eliminate your negative emotions so that they don't, block you manifesting your SP, then go ahead and sign up for that live event. You're going to definitely want to be there. Okay. Also, that's where I was going with the whole shit. Nope, lost train of thought again. Oh, yeah. I've only been teaching about I used to teach about weight loss, which I lost over 100 pounds in 11 months, no diet, no exercise, through manifestation. But I solely have been focused on SPs in the past 60 days because I've done it. But the amount of testimonials that I have for movement with SPs and getting their SPs back doesn't compare to people that have been teaching this shit for years. Why? Because I've done it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest for you, or you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me so you can figure out where you're going wrong when manifesting your SP back so you can get it right, then go ahead. All links are in the description below. All right. Hey, bestie. Hey, all my besties. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple things today. Forcing the 3D will be one of them, of course, because what part of fucking forcing the 3D don't you understand? Okay? You should not be forcing the 3D. You don't have to. Okay. Forcing the 3D is, let's break down what forcing the 3D is in case you're unaware of what it is. Okay. Forcing the 3D, responding to somebody's text is not forcing the 3D. Now, forcing the 3D in responding to somebody's text, like let's say I tell you, text your SP right now. If you know that your SP will respond, then there's nothing wrong with texting your SP. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you know that they will respond. That's not forcing the 3D. Now, if you text them and that you're like, hey, I hope you have a good day, and they respond, and then you go ping, 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 and you send them numerous texts where you're confessing your love to them, talking to them in a way that's coming of chasing, that's forcing the 3D. Okay, you can't do that. You should never need to do that. Okay. Also, forcing the 3D would be, asking questions to your SP. You wouldn't need to ask questions to your SP if you knew the answer to them. Okay. So oftentimes, this happens more often than not. When you ask a question to your SP, guess what answer they give you? Not the one that you wanted. Why? Because they don't give you the one that you want, obviously, because you didn't know the answer to it. So they're going to confirm the answer that you didn't want to hear. But if you knew the answer to it, you wouldn't ask the question. Does that make sense? Okay. Does that make sense? Maybe I did, Wick Vegas. But anyway, so that's forcing the 3 as well. Also, confronting your SP and telling your SP exactly how you feel and reacting to shit. Yeah, that's also forcing the 3D as well. Okay. You don't need to do that shit. You don't. Okay, you don't ever have to do that because you certainly don't need to give them a piece of your fucking mind. What part of stop reacting is unclear? What part of not reacting is fucking unclear? Okay, and then you feel bad about it after. So why do you keep doing that shit to yourself? Why do you keep doing that shit to yourself over and over and over and over again? Is forcing the 3D, forcing the 3D, forcing the 3D, and then getting upset and regretting it later. This is why you should think before you act. You know, that's a whole saying too, right? Do you know why they say think before you act? Because when you react and you do stupid little shit, I cannot wait till we get back to TikTok tomorrow either. When you react, if you would think first before reacting and verbalizing shit to your SP, you wouldn't do it because you would know it's wrong. You would know it's going to backfire. And if you've been with me, then you out of all people know that that's not the vibe. Okay, I'm constantly telling your asses to stop doing that shit. Stop reacting. Stop forcing the 3D. Stop getting triggered. All of that shit. What part of that is unclear? And how do you know, Nadine? Go ahead. Nadine, I'll wait. How do you know that gutter trash is still here? Don't worry, I'll wait for your answer, bitch. Okay? Because so what if who cares if gutter trash is still there? Fuck gutter trash. Fuck her. Who cares? She's only still there because you are not viewing the SP that you want. And now you're spiraling. What do you mean, how will he ever come back? Do you understand how, let's just think logically speaking here. Let's think logically speaking here is what has to happen in general when you meet another man, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever. They have to break up with someone, right? So that they can date you. Isn't that's am I wrong? I mean, I'm pretty sure isn't that how that works? Is they break up with someone, then they date you, right? So what the fuck do you mean? How will he ever come back? What do you mean? How will he ever come back? I'm living proof that they come back. You know my story. If you're new here and you don't know my story, I don't talk about my story on my lives anymore. However, I did make a video about it. Maybe I'll make a new video about it. A refresher, not like the facts changed or anything, but you can watch that. If you go down to my videos, scroll all the way through the lives, the TikTok live replays, and you'll see it's one of my only videos. It's like 35 minutes, okay? And I literally think it's called How I Manifested My SP Back. Okay, so watch that. Nadine, go back and watch that shit, bitch. And you'll see that none of that shit matters at all. None of it matters. Why are you spiraling over it? I told you, you should look at it like they play their part perfectly in aiding in my manifestation. So what is there to fucking worry about? I don't need to worry about shit. Instead, I'll leverage and I'll use this to work in my, favor instead. Okay? Because it doesn't matter. Ryan. So Nadine, get it together. You need to get it together. Stop reacting. Stop reacting over the stupid shit. Saying, how is he ever going to come back? You're right. Then he's never going to come back. Because that's just your mentality, is that he still has gutter trash. So she could exit at any time. Gutter trash can leave the scene at any time. I tell you guys, gutter trash oftentimes will aid in your manifestation if you play your cards correctly. Then they play their part perfectly and they aid in your manifestation. And they're not even aware that they're doing it. And they'll do it over and over and over again so that you can get your manifestation. If you all would stop reacting, stop wavering. Let me be honest. You guys waver over the stupidest shit. Like, let's be genuinely clear here. Okay. If you would stop reacting to everything in the 3D, if you would, what did I say? I'm sorry. What did I say we say to the 3D? Brittany, what did I say that we say to the 3D? Fuck the 3D. Yeah, Unless it shows me what I want to see, fuck the 3D. That's the mentality you need to have. I'm not reacting, because every time I react to the 3D, guess what wins? It ain't you. It's the 3D. It's the 3D. Every time I react to gutter trash, guess who wins? It ain't you. It's gutter trash. That's how you need to look at it. That's how you need to look at it. Stop fucking wavering. Stop getting triggered at the stupidest shit, and then freaking stop reacting. Stop being inconsistent in your thoughts, because every time you guys do this stupid stuff, you go against what it is that you actually want. And then you cry about it and whine about it over and over and over again. For what? For what? How's that working out for you? How is that benefiting you in any sense of that word? Because let me tell you, like, I almost lost my shit today with somebody said what she wavered on in my members only community. If you guys want to be a part of my members only community, click the link in the description. We're going to be doing monthly challenges, live Q&As on Zoom, and the whole works for you guys. So, and I'll be recording some exclusive content and exclusive rants for you bitches, because clearly you need them often. Because how I told you guys to do this to prove to yourself that you can manifest, right? Because you're always manifesting. It's not something that you're learning how to do. Here with me, you're learning how to control what you're manifesting, okay? You're consciously manifesting. Up until now, you've been subconsciously manifesting every fucking thing, everything in your reality. So I told you guys to test it for yourself. Like, test it for yourself and go and just choose somebody at random and say that they're going to wear a color. You don't even have to affirm this. Like, you don't have to obsessively affirm this. You literally could say it 3 times, and that's it. And just pick someone at random, someone that you see often, or someone that you're going to see, and just say that they're going to wear a certain color shirt that day. They're going to wear a red shirt. They're going to wear a red shirt. I had somebody do this. Somebody actually did it in the WhatsApp group. I don't know why you guys all don't do it, because then it would motivate you to be like, well, if I can get somebody to wear a freaking certain color shirt, why can't I get my SP to conform? It would be very clear to you, okay? But how are you gonna fucking waver on that stupid shit? The reason why they will wear the color shirt that that you say they're gonna wear, or do something that you tell them they're gonna do, is because you have no resistance to it. You're not supposed to at least have resistance to that. Why would you give a shit what color shirt somebody wears, right? You don't care one way or another whether they do it or they don't. So therefore, there's no resistance. And therefore, it pushes out instantly. It pushes out very, very fast. It manifests quickly because you have no resistance to it. This is why a lot of the things that you manifest quickly are the negative shit. A lot of it's the negative stuff, because you didn't give it another thought. You said it one time. I've said plenty of things one time and had to push out quickly within 48 hours, because you said it one time, you never give it another thought, and you kept it pushing. You really didn't go down this rabbit hole. You didn't self-loathe about it, right? And so because you didn't really have resistance there, so therefore pushed out very, very fast. So if the negative stuff can manifest very quickly, why can't the positive stuff manifest quickly? It's called the law of opposites, okay? So it goes both directions. It's not like, oh yeah, instant manifestation is all negative shit, but when it comes to the positive, that's a process. No, it's not. The difference when it comes to SPs and money and business success, a lot of these things, the reason why it seems like work is because you have resistance to it. And resistance means that you actually want this thing. Okay? That's the resistance level. The more you want something, the more the resistance. Okay? Resistance is like, it's not where I don't want this, so therefore I have resistance to it. No, it's the opposite. Okay? Which is why oftentimes when it comes to SPs and money, there's more resistance level there, because it's something that you want really bad. Right? And so because you want this person, you want this thing really bad, there's resistance. So you have to drop the resistance. But if you are wavering on picking up the member in my WhatsApp community today, I was like, she said that when she went to spin class, she was like, the instructor's going to wear a pink shirt. But then she wavered on that. I was like, how the fuck do you waver on somebody wearing a certain color shirt? So she wavered on that. So she decided to go more generalized and said, someone in her class is going to wear a pink shirt. And then she posted, she said, the instructor wore a pink shirt and 3 people in the spin class also had a pink shirt on. She's like, so I'm good at this. I'm locking it in. But that's how you prove it to yourself. That's how you guys are going to prove it to yourself, by just picking something at random. I tell you guys, you should do this with your SPs too. Pick something at random. Don't just say it. Don't give it a second fucking thought. Don't think about it again. Just go about your day. Just choose something at random and watch them do it, because you didn't have any resistance to that. Choose something that you don't give a shit about if they do or they don't do. Okay? Because it's really like they're gonna like my story today. And then just keep pushing, because you really don't care. Well, you shouldn't. Maybe that's not a good one for you guys. Because you shouldn't have resistance to that. You shouldn't care one way or another if they do that. Or they're going to post a picture of what they ate for dinner tonight, because you really don't care if they do or not. Okay? Therefore, they do. We have to find ways to this is where you leverage the law and say, okay, if resistance causes me to waver, causes me to get triggered, causes me to spiral and do all of these things, what can I do? How can I leverage the law to work in my favor? Because if I don't have resistance to things, like getting a front row parking spot, getting all green lights, not sitting in traffic, like if you don't have resistance to that shit and it pushes out quickly, then how do I get SP to do things and drop that resistance level? How do I lower the resistance level when it comes to something I really want? So you use it to motivate you, not the other way around. Okay? You guys look at it like it's a stressor, like resistance is a stressor. It's a bad thing. And oh my God, my life is just so fucking shitty. Why can't I manifest him? Oh my God, I screwed it up. I fucked it up. I reacted. I did this. I did that. If you would take the resistance to your SP and say, okay, how can I leverage resistance? How can I make resistance work for me? There's a couple things you can do. One, you can affirm, the more resistance I have to SP, the quicker he conforms. The more I waver, the quicker he conforms. You guys have to take, there's no rules to any of this shit, right? There's the baseline, and then now you leverage and say, okay, I know myself. And so I know that I have resistance to SP, which is why I say that you guys should be affirming that your SP is the easiest for you to manifest. Matt is the easiest for me to manifest. Matt is the easiest for me to manifest. He instantly does whatever I affirm. Okay? You should do that one. So therefore, he becomes the easiest for you to manifest. Therefore, you lower the resistance. And then you can also tell yourself, okay, if you tend to spiral, if you tend to waver, I'm not encouraging you doing that shit. Don't get me wrong. You should not do that, okay, as often. But you're human, okay? But you're human. And so we have to think logically speaking here, right? I have to bring logic into manifesting. Because a lot of people say manifestation isn't logical. Yes, but if you understand the study of the mind, when you're consciously manifesting, the conscious part of your brain, of your mind, is the analytical, the thinker, the logical part. Your subconscious mind is that of a 7-year-old. Okay, it's that of a 7-year-old. It's the playful part. It's the imagination part of your brain. Okay, so for people who teach manifestation, especially, law of assumption, they should know that you have to bring logic into manifesting, because you're consciously manifesting. So it has to make sense to you, logically speaking. It has to make sense to your conscious mind so that it goes into your subconscious mind. Okay, because you have a critical factor that accepts or rejects information. If it doesn't make sense to you, reject. Okay? That's why hypnosis and sleep meditations and things like that work really well, because your conscious mind is automatically sleeping. So everything goes into your subconscious mind. Okay, everything goes directly into your subconscious mind. But when you're consciously manifesting, it has to make sense to your conscious mind or it rejects it. So that's where you think, okay, I'm human. And so I'm going to do my best to not waver. I'm going to play my part. I'm going to lock it in and I'm going to do my best to not waver. But I also know that I typically tend to waver. So if that's the case, or check the 3D. Okay, you got a lot of you guys like to do that shit too. Yeah, you don't think I see the shit that you guys post in the WhatsApp group? I do, bitches. Okay, so it's like you guys tend to know that you do that stuff. So how can you leverage that to make it work for you instead of against you? I'm not saying that because you're affirming this, because remember, it has to become an assumption of yours first, okay? So I'm not saying even though you're affirming this, that gives you carte blanche to fucking waver all the live long day and freaking react to the 3D or to check the 3D. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. However, you can also make it work for you and tell yourself like, nope, whenever I waver, my SP conforms even faster. My manifestation comes even quicker. Every time I waver, my manifestation comes even quicker. Okay, so you can tell yourself that. Every time I check the 3D, my manifestation comes quicker, speeds up. Now, I didn't say react to the 3D, because I tell you guys, if you want to check the 3D, you can check the 3D. Your subconscious mind does not know what you're fucking looking at. It doesn't know what you're looking at all. It only knows what you tell yourself. So if you're going to go down Snoopyville and you want to be Snoopy and go snooping around the shit, well, then affirm your ass right through it. You should be affirming the entire time you're snooping, because you can't react in your thoughts if you're affirming while you're snooping. All it knows is that your SP is obsessed with you and is always you're all he ever thinks about, and he's always calling, texting you, and constantly spending time with you. That's all your subconscious mind knows while you're going down and checking out all the profiles. Unless you react in your thoughts, unless you get triggered in your thoughts about the 3D. Now your subconscious mind doesn't know what you saw. It only knows what you told yourself. So if you want to keep snooping, make sure your thoughts are in check, because you're keeping it right there. Okay, you're keeping it right there, right into play. So let's not do that. I woke up today not feeling the best, guys. Not feeling the best. My head feels warm, but I feel great. I feel great. Ryan says, I'm a man. It's impossible for me to think before I react. No, that's woman, bruh. Trust me, that is woman. Hey, bestie, welcome to Mo. Okay, what is the difference? Where is the line between forcing the 3D and affirmative action? If they change their WhatsApp profile picture to something you think is a sign and responding in kind. Well, for you, I don't give a damn. You should not respond, okay? But you can take it as a sign, right? So if they change their profile picture, their WhatsApp profile picture to something that you think is a sign, great. It doesn't have any meaning until you give it a meaning, okay? Nothing has meaning until you give it one. So that's why I said everything's a sign. Every fucking thing's a sign. Fuck angel numbers. Everything's a sign. Everything is a sign. Okay, a good sign, should I say. A good sign. And so then, but responding, I wouldn't do. Okay, now you can change your profile picture, right? We've had a couple people do this where they've changed their profile pictures and their SPs respond immediately. Cool, great. But not you responding to them. Because look at it from the opposite perspective, okay? So one, it kind of gives off, why are you looking, how did you notice, right? Okay, so obviously you're like checking my WhatsApp, right? Things like that. It's a surefire way based on and I know where you're at with your SP, so do not respond, okay? But oftentimes that's the exact shit that gets people blocked. because you're forcing 3D. Okay. It's depending upon your relationship with your SP. And like if you're in contact and you guys are talking all the fucking time and doing all that stuff and they post a picture and they change their profile picture, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I like a profile picture. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're in no contact and you haven't spoken and then they change their profile picture and 25 minutes later you pop in saying how good they look, yeah, that's a quick way to get blocked. It's a quick way to get blocked. Okay, because now it gives off creeper vibes, if you will. Creeper vibes. Okay, for women, it gives off flattery vibes when a man does that, but it depends on, again, the context of your relationship. Okay, so for you, nah, bruh. But you can play with her. I didn't say you couldn't do that, right? So I'm petty. I'm super petty. So you can absolutely play with her and change your profile picture. Just make sure you're looking hot, bro. Oh, yeah? Terrible times. You saw him on TV last night? What? For all these people that are manifesting celebrities, I just am going to let you know now that when you fucking get married and you don't invite me to your wedding, that's going to be amazing. I'm going to fucking block you. I said it. I'm going to be like, fuck her. Block. Don't ask me for shit. Didn't invite me to your gorgeous wedding on an estate. Because she's back to reacting. Because she's back to reacting to his Facebook post. She's on his friends list. Was there a message before that, bro? Okay, here we are. Oh, it's fucking Nadine. That's right. She's dull. Nadine, you know I love you, and all of this I tell you to love. Because she's back to reacting to his Facebook post. She's on his... Oh, okay. Okay, Nadine. Okay, well, this is very similar to the member in our WhatsApp community that read into shit today. She knows who the fuck she is. Okay, so she's back to reacting to his Facebook post, and she's on his friends list. First of all, what the fuck are you going on his friends list for? Who has time for that? You know, if somebody went on my Facebook friends list, I have like 3,500 people in there. Who the fuck has time to go through that shit? I wouldn't. So because she is reacting to his Facebook post and she's on his friends list, you put 2 and 2 together that they are obviously in a relationship. That's a connection that you made. That's the connection that you made. Or they could have broken up and are just cordial with each other, right? And decided, let's just be friends. So fucking what, Nadine? So what? This is where acting like an adult comes into play. So what? Me and my boyfriend are not friends with each other on social media. So what? My Facebook profile doesn't say in a relationship. So what? I have guys on my friends list. So what? I'm friends with my ex I have like maybe 4 exes on my Instagram that send me funny reels all the time. So what? It's completely platonic. Half of them are married and have kids by now. Or half of them are married. So you think my boyfriend freaks out because one of my exes sends me a funny reel? No. So what? That's childish behavior. That is childish behavior. Do you think he goes down my friends list and is like, who's this guy? No. So what? It's not that serious. It is not a big fucking deal. But you're filling in the blanks. You have no confirmation. It's like some of you guys, it's like you just want gutter trash. You're just like, oh my God, please, can I manifest some gutter trash? My life's too boring. I'd much rather manifest some gutter trash. Because you don't have any confirmation of shit. Yet you guys are filling in the blanks. And they'll be like, she's just my friend. They're not allowed to have chick friends? Really? That's an insecurity issue within you, honey. And it ain't just you, Nadine. Okay, they tell you that somebody's just their friend. You need to take them at their word for it. Because what kind of relationship do you plan to have where you can't trust your SP? What kind of relationship is that? Right? So you at some point have to start trusting what they tell you. You have to start trusting things about them. But instead, you're reacting and filling in the fucking blanks and being like, no, he's nothing but, because that's basically what you're saying is he's nothing but a fucking liar and I can't trust a goddamn thing that comes out of his mouth. That's what you're saying. Without saying it, you don't have to verbalize it. That's exactly what you're saying when you're questioning everything he tells you. Everything he tells you. You have to take him at his word. You have to trust him. That is like literally part of a relationship. Why on earth would you want to be with somebody that you can't trust? Again, it's about breaking patterns. You guys don't seem to understand this shit. I was literally on a coaching call this morning with someone who manifested her SP back after being in no contact for like 2.5 years. It's a while. Care to guess what version of him came back? Because she didn't know me, obviously. The old version, the version she didn't want. Well, care to guess how that relationship ended again? Same time, same way. It ended. Because you didn't break patterns. You have to start now doing things differently, breaking patterns. Because if you don't do that, what's your plan when they come back? To run your relationship the same goddamn way, to continue to question everything that they did because you found out about gutter trash in the past? So what? So what? You have to start doing things differently. And you need to break patterns now. Because okay, here, let me save you some money. Let me save you guys some money right now, okay? Because I know you guys can't stand to stay away from these people. Here's your psychic reading for the day, okay? Here's your psychic. I'm going to start charging you for psychic readings. Here's your psychic reading for the day. If you do not do things differently, if you do not break the patterns that you have created in your relationships, then you will, one, end up in a breakup with your SP again. You and your SP will not last if you do not do things differently. If you do not break patterns, you won't last. Now, here's your second psychic reading for the day. This psychic reading right here, it's going to make me rich. It's going to make me rich. I may not even go live anymore, guys, because I'm just going to be so busy with psychic readings all fucking day long because it's going to make me rich. Here's your second psychic reading. If you do what I tell you to do, literally, if you do exactly what I tell you to do and start by breaking patterns and doing things differently and seeing them as the version of your SP that you want them to be for you, here's your second psychic reading for the day. You will manifest them back. That's a guarantee. And they will stay with you. You will have the best relationship. 100%. God, I'm such a good fucking psychic. I can see why they do that for a living. See, for me, though, on the other hand, I would never be the traditional psychic. I'm going to have 100% success rate guaranteed. All right, Deja. SP called me on Sunday to check on me. I called yesterday and he didn't answer. I sent his kids Easter gifts, which is why I called. Still haven't heard from him. Still persisting in perfect boyfriend. Good. Definitely persist in perfect boyfriend because, yeah, you're getting inconsistencies at the current moment, right? Deja, you're getting inconsistencies. I don't know if you can, if you watch the YouTube lives back, can you see the comments? Because I know you can't when I post the TikTok ones here. Maybe I'll just start reading them, assuming you can't see what's being said. Okay. So what you're getting is inconsistent behavior. So this is why you persist in perfect boyfriend and you persist in the affirmations until it conforms exactly how you want it to. You don't move on from it. Okay. So you should be, one of your affirmations should be for constant communication. Like he tells me, like you can say this in a story mode. You can say this in a rampage if you want to. Is like he's constantly communicating everything with me. He tells me everything every single day. Okay. All of your affirmations, in case you're new and you don't follow me on TikTok, which you should. But in case you're new, your affirmations should contain movement. They 100% should contain movement. Okay, because that's how you're going to see movement. Your affirmations should use words like always, constantly, or every day. Not all your affirmations, but some of them should say that. Some of them should say that because that's going to create movement for you, which is what keeps you motivated and keeps you, going. Okay. Okay. Ryan. Did I make your day, Ryan? You just joined and getting flipped off. It's funny because when I go TikTok, when I go on TikTok live, I usually bitch a lot, right? Like I have to yell at people, and I always laugh. And I said, "What if somebody just joins the TikTok live, and I'm like in total rant mode at you guys?" And we've had a couple people that would say that they're like, "What did I just walk into?" They're like, "But I like it." All right, bestie, what we got here? SO movement, SP movement, and I was blocked. See what I'm saying? Do you see what she said? She said she got movement and she was blocked. So obviously, Queen Jen would imply me. Knows what she's talking about. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You know why I know what I'm talking about? Because I've done it. Because I've done it. There's other people out here that have not. That have not. And if you're hailing from YouTube land, let me just put you on a little game here for you. There's a very large person in YouTube that doesn't even know if what she teaches you. She teaches law of assumption. She's very well known in the space on YouTube. And she doesn't even know if what she's teaching you works. She said it. Not on her video. She wouldn't dare because that would be career suicide for her. But she said it in a DM message to her friend, or who she thought was a friend, obviously. She doesn't even know if what she's teaching you works, which tells me all I need to know. She hasn't manifested shit. In fact, all she did was get you guys to help her reach your income goal. But never manifested anything. Be careful who you're out there consuming content from. Be careful who you're out there consuming content from. I don't teach on anything I haven't done myself at all. So I teach on weight loss. I teach on SPs. Mainly we're focused on SPs now because what greater satisfaction is it to bring marriages back together and to bring people back together and in love? So that's why I focus on that now. Plus, there's way too much false information going around on the internet. So if I have to come and straighten up the facts, I will. And if I have to come out and call people out for the bullshit lies they're spreading on the internet, I will do that too. I don't have a problem. I have no filter. No filter at all. You tell him, Jamie. You tell him, bitch. That's right. You tell him. So she said, seriously, you have to say the same stuff every day. People are not listening. You need to change yourself. It's all that's ever about. No, Ryan, I have never read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, but you had me at the title. You had me at the title because I'm like, shit, I would read that book solely on the title. Although I'm pretty sure when I'm done reading that book, I'll be like, yeah, that pretty much sums up my ass. When you say we have like 60 100,000 thoughts every day. Why does it seem like majority of the negative ones that slip manifest and not the positive ones? Yes. Well, that's because a lot of you guys tend to put too much pressure on the positive ones. Okay? You tend to put too much pressure on them. And you're checking the 3D. Okay? You're checking the 3D. You're wavering over and over and over again. You're reacting and you're getting triggered. Negative thoughts that come up, you don't check the 3D. You don't give it another thought. So and if you don't flip it, that's why it manifests quickly, because you're not out there having a negative thought and then checking the fucking 3D, are you? I don't think so. Like, who would have a negative thought and then go in investigator mode and check the 3D? You don't do that. Okay. You're also not reacting or getting triggered by any of that. So because of that, let me check. So because of that, that's why it appears that your negative things are manifesting quickly, and they are because of that. Because when you focus on the positive ones, you're putting a lot of pressure on them and you're wavering and you're getting triggered and checking the 3D. You don't do any of that shit when you have a negative thought. So that's why it pushes out. Which is why I tell you guys, contrary to what a lot of people tell you, they say that there's people that say, I used to think you have to flip your thoughts, but I've wavered from that. I don't think that anymore. No, that's absolutely not fucking true. Don't listen to them. Do not listen to them. You must flip the thought. I have manifested plenty of negative shit because I either thought about it one time or I said it one time. Never thought about it again. I would not have manifested my breakup if I would have flipped the thought, but I said it one fucking time. One time. And less than 24 hours later, the breakup. Because I said it once. So, well, like I tell you, I think I said it once. I had a bottle of sake, so I'm pretty sure, though, I said it once because I said it on the phone to my mom, and I didn't think about it again. I went to bed, cried myself to sleep, didn't think about it again. So, flip your thoughts. Yes, Jacqueline, they are. There's a lot of wackos on YouTube. People just don't have a life. It's weird. It's weird to me because I'd rather go do something like make money or some shit than go on people's lives that I don't care to listen to. It's weird. Okay. Oh, daughters of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. I was able to manifest money yesterday and dinner. I love that for you. So just as easy as you were able to manifest money and dinner is just as easy as it is to manifest your SP. Tell yourself that. There's no difference in the principles. Okay? One you have resistance to, the other one you clearly, obviously don't. You need to manifest dinner tonight. I'm having a chicken salad for dinner. I feel like if I have a salad once a week, it just makes me feel better about my life. I don't diet, y'all know that shit. But makes me feel better about myself. And how you guys work out, I don't know. One of our members, I asked her how she does. I asked her what she does for booty exercises. She said squats. I did 10 squats. I kid you not. I did 10 squats. My legs have been sore the last 2 days. I don't know who likes working out. Or exercising is way overrated. At least for me. I want to see a massive interview with multiple Christian kids and ask them what comes to mind when they hear Easter. Unfortunately, bunnies and eggs get the glory. Ish poop bag, I get it. Actually, I really get it. Because that's what I said. I said, who said Santa Claus has to get the big gift? Why does the made-up character get all the credit when we spend our money? So the second, my daughter, she's smart. She figured out that shit was not real, early, like real early, to the fact where I had to tell her, shut the fuck up, because some of your classmates probably don't know that. So don't ruin it for everybody, right? Or we'd go to events and she'd be like, that bunny's not real, right? I'd be like, shh. But let that go to tell you that you only see what you want to see. You only see what you want to see. When you believe in something, nothing can convince you otherwise. You don't check. Okay, let's use this logically speaking, as a child. Go back to when you were a child and you believed in the Easter Bunny, when you believed in the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. Okay? You know that you still believed in Santa Claus when you could read, right? You did, okay? Because they teach you like how to read very young, okay? So you still believed in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny when you knew how to read. Yet, your parents still took you to Walmart, Target, and all of these places where what do you see all over the fucking place? Stocking stuffers, right? Like signs that say stocking stuffers, but who's the one that fills the stockings? Santa Claus. But do you think they saw any of that? They could read. They could very much read as children, yet never questioned a damn thing. They never questioned anything. You go into the grocery store. Go into the grocery store right now and you tell me, what is it that you see everywhere? Eggs, plastic eggs. The ones that they pick up from the Easter Bunny. You think they question that shit at all? Nope. They don't sit there and say, Mommy, if the Easter Bunny brings the eggs, then why are they selling them at Walmart? Do they do any of that? No, they don't. Easter baskets, like they'll have like pre-made Easter baskets. Like, does your kid sit there and say, if the Easter Bunny brings Easter baskets, why are there pre-made Easter baskets for sale at the grocery store? No, they don't do any of that. Why? Because they believe in Santa Claus. They believe in the Easter Bunny. Therefore, they don't check the 3D to go against that. Okay? They don't need to check the 3D because they're like, no, I know that I wake up on Christmas. If I'm a good girl, that shit's a lie too. They know that they wake up on Christmas and boom, there's their stuff. They wake up on Easter and have an egg hunt and the Easter Bunny brings their basket and fills their basket. That's what they know. So that's what they believe. That's what they choose to believe. So because of that, they don't ever go out and check. You can bring them to Walmart 55 times. Not one time do they bring that shit up. Because they may only start bringing it up, and they even don't do that when they start questioning the validity of a big man going down the chimney. But they don't question any of that. They're not checking. They're not wavering. Am I going to wake up on Christmas? Are there going to be gifts? Like, is the Easter Bunny actually going to come on Easter? They don't question. They don't waver from it. And they're not checking the 3D. Because they believe in the opposite. They believe in what they believe in. So same with you. If you would have that same analogy when it comes to your SP and just believe that you're going to be together. I'm going to believe right now. I'm choosing to believe. And you could tell yourself this. I believe that I know and I believe that we're getting back together right now. Like we are. I believe we're getting back together right now. And why would you have to check? Children didn't check when they believed in something. You also don't check when you believe in something. Like I said, you believe you get a paycheck every 2 weeks. Do you have to check? Do you question? Do you question the day before payday if that money's going to fucking hit your account or if you're actually going to get paid? No, you don't. Do you run at midnight or 8 a.m. and check your bank account to see if your paycheck hit the account? No. Do you waver and you're not sure and you're questioning all fucking the live long day if you're actually getting paid to do your job? No. So you do know that your SP is no different. If you would just have that same belief and be like, no, I believe that we're getting back together right now, period. You wouldn't need to do any of that other stupid shit. Do you understand? I did the video yesterday for the call text and it didn't happen. I really want him really bad. What do you suggest? So you're going to persist in the call and text, okay? You're going to persist in contact, daughters of Abraham. Okay, you want to persist in that. So do the photo method consistently. But if you are truly selecting perfect boyfriend, and that's how you're seeing him as the perfect boyfriend, he will call you instantly when you tell him to do that. Okay, he will do something. He will absolutely do that if you would say that. Okay, if you would see him as the perfect boyfriend for you, that perfect boyfriend, didn't he call you, text you, spend time with you, want to be with you? Did you question any of that? No. Right? You didn't wake up when he was the perfect boyfriend for you. You didn't, or even when you first met and you weren't even in a relationship, right? And you guys started talking, but he was checking all the boxes. You thought very positive about him. So you weren't waking up checking and wondering if you were going to hear from him today, were you? No, you just knew you would. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And you can tell yourself, I know. Okay, you can tell yourself that. Because this is where the subconscious mind, this is how we have to leverage what we know, okay? So if the subconscious mind, if manifestation pushes out what you know and believe to be true, okay? What your assumptions, if your assumptions manifest, right? And it's what you know and what you believe to be true pushes out, then how do we trick our subconscious mind into speeding it up, into knowing something? You tell yourself that. Because remember, the subconscious mind has one job only. It does not have an opinion of its own. It does not have the ability to decide. It doesn't have any of that. It has one job, and that's to prove you right. And it takes you at your word. Okay? It takes you at your word. It has no judgment. It takes you at your word and proves you right. So what do you want it to prove you right about? So therefore, that's where we leverage and we say, okay, so if I manifest what I know or believe in the positive shit, then what would happen if I told my subconscious mind over and over again, no, I know he's going to text me today. I know he's going to text me today. I know he's going to text me today. Then your subconscious mind's going to be like, well, we know that, so push it out. Because that's obviously something that we know, right? It doesn't sit there and be like, but do you really know that though? Do you really know that? Do we really know that? No. If you tell yourself it enough, it takes you at your word, right? And it's just like, oh, well, we know this, so push it out, push it out, push it out. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Daughters of Abraham. I need to manifest $2,900 by 4:30 to pay for my car to get out of the shop. What do you suggest to manifest the $2,900? Well, couple things. You can say a couple different things. You can say, you can choose to focus on the money aspect of it, or you can choose to say, I totally just paid. You can say, I paid for my car. I just got my car back. I totally just got my car back. I just got my car back. Because there's a million different things that can happen for you to get your car back. Okay? Like, let's say he says, you know what? Yeah, I'll put you on a payment plan. No big deal. Right? That could happen. Somehow you'll get the money for it. That can happen if you just got your car back. Right? Whatever has to happen for you to get your car back will happen as long as you don't waver from it. Okay? And focus on the time. Like, ooh, it's in an hour. Uh-oh. No. Okay, manifesting money is no different. Manifesting $10 is no different than manifesting $5,000. Okay, but you can't waver from it. You can't look at your bank account and because remember, your subconscious mind doesn't have eyes, so you can't look at your bank account and tell it what you see. You have to tell it what you want it to see. Okay, so you could be like, so I would say, I just got, who needs $2,900? Let's round it up. I literally just got $3,000. I got $3,000 and I just got my car out. I just got my car back and I got $3,000. You can tell yourself that. Or you can tell yourself you just got your car back. Okay, whatever one's going to work for you. Or my car bill's been paid. My car repair's already been paid. It's already been taken care of. It's completely been taken care of. My car repair bill has already been paid. Okay, that implies exactly that. What do you mean, mind's mouth? Maybe my life will get better. Your life will get better the moment you decide it's going to get better. So, mind's mouth, you should tell yourself everything in my life is perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. Everything in my life is fucking perfect. Tell yourself that. Sarah. That's right. She manifested her neighbor to stop stealing her parking space today, just for fun. That is the secret. The secret sauce is you lower the resistance. Here's what I want you guys to do. Okay. Let's test it out. Of course it's going to work, bitch. Of course it's going to work. Okay. But here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to, because we got to drop the resistance to SP. We literally have to lower that resistance to SP. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to do exactly what Sarah did, which is exactly what I've been telling you guys all the time, is that manifestation should be fun. It's not a fucking job. Stop suffocating it. It should be fun. So treat your SP as a fun project, if you will. Right? Like, ooh, I'm going to manifest my SP back just for fun. Just for fun. And treat it as like a fun time. Like, man, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. I'm manifesting it back just for fun. Yeah, for fun. This is going to be fun. What's the worst that could happen? You lower the resistance and you manifest, your SP back, because now it's just for funsies. You're treating it like a game, okay? Like a game, right? Unless you're like me and you're a sore loser. I take games very serious. I'm very competitive. But why can't you manifest your SP and treat them like it's for fun? You know what I'm saying? It's for fun. Yeah. Let's do this. It's going to be fun. This whole thing is going to be fun. Instead of, I really, really need this. I really, really need this. Oh my God, I really, really need this. Oh my God, I really, really need this. Instead of doing that shit, why don't you make this is going to be so much fucking fun? Let the games commence. This is going to be so much fun. You might notice a difference. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And just throwing that shit out there. Thanks, Kayla and Sarah. Bestie, I did them yesterday. They were driving the living shit out of me. And then I was making videos and I was like, oh, my nails are so I will manifest a golden toilet as well. You know what? Manifest a golden toilet. Why not? Why not? You manifest gold. If you want a gold toilet, you go right ahead. I don't. It would clash with everything that I have. You know what I want? What I would love is a self-cleaning toilet and a self-cleaning toilet seat. There's something about cleaning a toilet that's just like, you know? You're constantly affirming. I have to recall these names. I cannot wait until we're back on TikTok. Okay, Elishwa is Sarah, or is Lisa. I'm pretty sure it's Lisa. Okay, so why are you constantly affirming? To distract your mind. Okay, I constantly affirm to distract my mind. I don't put pressure on it. Okay, there's one thing. It's one thing to put pressure on affirming than it is to just affirm. Okay, like I affirm. I like mindless affirm, if you will, just to distract my mind, right? To keep it focused on what I want. But I'm not over here like affirm, 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 affirm. Where's it at? I'm seeing no movement. Affirm, 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 affirm. Because I have to affirm, 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 or it's not coming. I don't do that. Okay, that's like pressure affirming versus like, I'm just going to affirm to keep my mind, just keep my mind in check. That type of thing. That's right, Morgan. You can tell them that. Maybe affirm. Everybody does what I tell them in my mind. That's right. Everyone does what I tell them. I like that. I like that. Hey, Camilla. Camilla was rude. Yep, I only manifest positive thoughts. I told you guys that. You guys could easily be affirming. You guys should be affirming for your rules to manifesting. You should. You should be affirming. You should be affirming for your rules. That should be one set of your affirmations. Is for your rules. My negative thoughts don't manifest. My negative thoughts don't manifest. Everything that I affirm comes to me within 3 days. Everything that I affirm for comes to me within 3 days. I'm a master at manifesting. Or my SP is the easiest for me to manifest. Set your rules. You guys know yourself better than anything. Nadine, that should probably be one of your massive affirmations, is my negative thoughts don't manifest. That's right. You get what you want, and we get what we want, and we get it when we want it. Yeah, so people need to rant at each other for sure. For sure. Thanks, Lobster GPT. I am looking stunning. I'm getting so many compliments on this on YouTube now, guys. Maybe we should stop acknowledging a bunch of weirdos on YouTube, so therefore they go away, and we'll just start assuming now that everyone on YouTube is amazing. Everyone on YouTube is incredible. They have the best people on YouTube. It is iced coffee. Oh, Brittany, is this the same that caused you to that caused you to react to or get triggered by the 3D today? So you got triggered by the 3D, bitch, and then your SP just came to the front to give you a hug. See why you probably shouldn't get triggered? Because you're fine. You're fine. Fucking relax. It is a nice coffee, Sarah. It is a nice coffee today. I'm not a fast drinker. People like to drink really fast. I'm not a fast drinker. Tabitha is a mod on here. Glitter sparkles. Because I know, because you're in blue. That's how I know. TikTok should do that shit. Hi, I have a question. Hi, Sex. For people who are better able to live in the end instead of steps, do you help those in WhatsApp groups like support? Yes, we do. We do. There's one person that she finds it better to live in the end. She finds it better to live in the end. I'll still help you with that. Yeah, of course. But my whole thing is if you're living in the end, this is where it's like honesty meets delusional, right? Is if your 3D shows you the complete opposite, a lot of people have a very hard time when you're blocked and in no contact to live in the end of marriage. On top of that, if you've been living in the end for a long time, or for a while, and you have not seen movement or any progress at all, then I would suggest you probably, if you want to live in the end, great. But I would also recommend that you maybe do a rampage, okay? That's throwing in movement to living in the end, right? It could be something so simple like, it could be something so simple like, he can't imagine his life without me in it, and he shows me that every single day. He's always trying to get my attention. Like, he's always trying to get my attention, right? Things like that, because therefore you're going to see some kind of movement, because that's the problem I find with a lot of people that want to live in the end when their 3D shows the opposite, is Those are the same people that are like, I've been trying to manifest my SP back for 2 years now, or a year or 8 months. Like, those are the same people that are saying that. And that's because you're living in the end when your 3D isn't there yet. And people can't even fucking start. People can't even start. And that's the problem with living in the end, is you have to expect and know that it's going to happen. Okay. So people can't even expect or know they're going to get a text from their SP, let alone marriage. So that's a tricky one. But yes, we do support you. I don't shove down your throat that you should manifest in steps. I mean, I just do because it works. Had this on while driving back from my clearly pink top themed spin class. I know. I saw your shit in there. I was like, who the fuck wavers on if somebody's gonna wear a pink top? But then you proved it to yourself, right? Yeah. Now you can have fun with it and be like, what should the theme this week be? Thought so. This is like 5 days old news. I'm pretty sure I actually manifested this change sign because I wanted her to put something favorable to me. But yeah, I'm not going to react. Yeah. I mean, well, you can react. I don't give a damn. You can react, but you guys should only be reacting like in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like in a positive way. Because everything is a sign. I don't care what she does. It's like, of course, look at her trying to get my attention. Look at her trying to get my attention. She's obsessed with me. She's literally obsessed with me. I prefer not to be friends with he's not active on social media, but I would prefer not to. Okay. So he could have left the gutter trash and divorced her, but she's still reacting to his post. She stopped reacting for 3 weeks, then she's back. 1,000%. 1,000%. Okay? You also have to look at it this way. Nadine, what is something that you did after you broke up? Force a 3D. That's what everybody does. Okay? Is they attempt to force a 3D. So for all you know, this could be her attempt to force a 3D. Okay? Give it whatever meaning you want. Give it whatever meaning you want. But don't be looking, because that tells me, if you're seeing all this stuff, that tells me that you're low-key stalking him on social media. Don't do that. Don't do that, because you wouldn't do that. Would you be, this is for all of you, would you be doing what you're doing now if you were in a relationship with your SP? I know you just said no. Okay, so if you just said no to that, then why the fuck are you doing it now? Why are you doing it now? It's like you're so bored, you guys wake up every day like, how can I get triggered today? How can I get triggered today? Let me go snoop. Let me go find ways to trigger my ass today, because it makes me feel so fucking good to be so fucking pissed off and sad and frustrated. It's the best part of my day. It's the best part of my day. So let me just go and trigger my ass today. It's literally what I'm convinced that's what a lot of you guys like to do. You wake up and you're like, how can I go and create drama in my life today? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Okay? No. No drama. No drama. I hate drama. So I'm certainly not going to go out of my way to try and do things that are going to trigger me. That seems like a really bad use of my time. If you get what I'm saying. Seems like a really bad use of my time. I told you guys I don't wear t-shirts. But guess what? I told you I wasn't feeling very well when I woke up. And I got a t-shirt on. A big one. Because I'm comfy. It's cold and it's cloudy. So we're having a down day today. And yeah, Nadine, it's like you're clocking the shit, bitch. It's like you got a calendar out. I feel like you have a calendar out and you're just like, nope, it's been 1 day. She hasn't liked his shit. It's been 2 days. She hasn't liked his shit. Motherfucker, it's been 3 weeks. She hasn't liked the shit. And here she is again. Right? So you have to tell yourself, Hey, Zig and Zag. You have to tell yourself whatever it is that you want to tell yourself. Okay. What is it that you want things to mean? But it's like, if she doesn't like his like, stay off of it. Stay off of it because you can't obviously not react to it. Okay. And you're citing negative meanings. So it's like you want to keep bringing her back for what? For what? You shouldn't want to. I had to learn that. I had to learn that, you know, and that's what my boyfriend told me. Like, don't talk about her on your lives anymore because, like, we want her out of the reality. We want her out of our reality. So you keep somebody there if you keep discussing them and talking about them. Okay. So I was like, you know what? You're right. So that's why I don't tell my story on here anymore. That's why I kindly direct you guys to the video where my story's at. So therefore you can watch that story because that doesn't affect my reality. But me talking about my story every day on here or over and over again is keeping someone in my reality I don't want. So I changed that, right? I changed that. So that's what you guys need to do. Change it. I recommend my 5x5 method. Oh, Zig and Zag. SP is specific person. Usually it's like an ex or someone new that you want to manifest, a person. Do I recommend affirming the whole day or 5x5? I recommend the 5x5 as a baseline. Okay. As a baseline, I recommend 5x5. I'm not going to I don't create assumptions in you that don't benefit you. Okay. So I'm not going to be like, you have to affirm all day long or your shit ain't coming. No. But it's more like a habit for me now where I just do it automatically. Like I don't have to try. I just do it automatically where I affirm a majority of my day for what I want because I know myself. Okay. So you have to know yourself. Does your mind wander? Right. I don't want to flip my thoughts every freaking time a thought comes up. I just don't want to do that. So instead of doing that, I'm just like, I'll just affirm. Therefore, what thought? You know what I'm saying? What thought could I have against it if I just affirm? Okay. So I affirm for all kinds of different things in my life, right? You don't necessarily have to affirm all day for your SP. You could affirm for money. You could affirm for an appearance change. You could affirm for weight loss. You could affirm for health. You could affirm for fucking anything really. So because all you have to do is distract your mind. Okay. Distract your mind. And I tell you guys, you should be doing that anyway, is it's far more than just affirming for your SP, is you guys should be paying attention to your thoughts 100% of the time. Because if you have any thoughts that go against money or come from a lack mentality when it comes to money, then you should be affirming for money. Or you could be affirming that everything in your life is perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. My nose itches. Everything in my life is perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. I always get what I want. It always goes my way. Okay. Because therefore you're still distracting your mind. You can't think two thoughts at the exact same time. So go ahead, try. I didn't think so. So therefore, if you're affirming, then you're not, then you're not thinking opposing thoughts, right? Because it's like, you can't expect to manifest money. Like, because what would happen if you got really good? Just ask yourself, honestly speaking, if you got really, really good at just flipping your thoughts as they come up throughout the day that are against what you don't want. Like I said, it could be about money, right? You could literally be affirming for SP and then you go to pay your bill and you go to open up your bank account and you're like, oh shit. Well, that's lack. Okay, so instead you're like, oh, I got plenty of money in the bank. I literally have so much money in the bank. All my bills are always paid, right? Like I'm rich as fuck. Like you can say that, flip those thoughts because now you're manifesting SP, but you're also manifesting money because you're flipping your thoughts every time money comes around. You're manifesting bigger boobs, a bigger ass. I don't fucking know. Whatever it is that you're manifesting, an appearance change. All of these things, weight loss, a supermodel body, whatever. No limits to what you can manifest. And so you're manifesting all this shit at the same time because you're flipping your thoughts every time you look in front of the mirror and you want to hate on yourself and shit all over yourself. Then you sit there and go, no, I'm sexy as fuck. I'm sexy as shit. I have the perfect body. You jump on that scale and you see a number you don't like, you're like, damn, I lose weight every day I lose weight. Like, damn, I have the body of a supermodel. Right? So you're manifesting all of that stuff at the same fucking time. At the same time. Okay? What up, son? At least Nadine is polite and says who she is in her tick. Yeah, that's my point, Nadine. She says my main problem was that I didn't trust him when he said gutter trash is nothing to him. Right. That's the problem. Is yeah. Let's talk about this too. This is where you guys really fucking kill me. Okay? This is this is where you guys Abby Griffiths, I'll block you all over the place if you fucking look at spells again, bitch. If you look at spells again. My favorite pizza toppings on one pizza is everything. No meat except sausage. I like sausage. But I like mushrooms, onions, bell peppers. I don't do pineapple on pizza. Why? Why are you asking? Bucky the Buckster, are you ordering me a pizza? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Okay, so here's I'm gonna fucking block all you bitches. I'll block all you bitches. Rory and everybody. Rory and everybody. If you want to go, okay, that's it. I'm in the spell casting business too. I'm in the spell casting business too now. Let's see, I'm going to offer psychic readings, tarot card readings, and spells. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yes. Oh, look at that. Jen, SP movement. Yesterday he told me he loved me. Of course he did, Angie. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't, girlfriend? And I'm happy for you. I'm so happy for you. I'm going to try to do this without botching the shit. Okay. So this, let me get through these things real quick before I end up going nuts on the comments. Okay. I will tell you the one thing I do like about YouTube is that it doesn't push the comments down when we delete and have to remove weirdos. Good wind chime. Look, I got rid of gutter trash and have been getting a movement, so this advice is good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, yeah, good news and bad news. Okay, let's check out your good news and bad news. Bad news, I checked the 3D. Oh, and triggered myself like a dick. Yeah, well, at least I didn't have to tell you that. Please tell me I haven't ruined the manifestation for me. No. You don't tell yourself that, okay? You don't tell yourself that. You don't ruin manifestations unless you tell yourself that, okay? We're talking about manifesting SPs. I got a lovely sign. Good news is I got a lovely sign about an hour ago. Was thinking about our angel baby and how she symbolizes our unbreakable bond, and the most perfect baby white feather, our symbol for her, was just at my feet. That's actually awesome. I don't give a damn. That's actually very cool because that's absolutely a good sign, and that's absolutely good news. Now fucking stop triggering yourself. So let's see here. I'm good, Christopher Wilson. How are you, my dude? Hello. I was very confident. I had certainties, few doubts while I was manifesting a person to date seriously. He is famous, and that is why, even if I don't look, at some point I see news. And for some weeks, there have been rumors that he is seeing another woman Today I saw them kissing and it disgusted me. I did not create nor manifest this, and honestly, I can no longer feel anything. Neither anger nor anything. I know I don't want this person anymore. My man, whoever he is, could not do this. I am confused just because I don't understand. I feel this calls my creative ability into question. Okay, well, let me just stop you right there. Let me just stop you right there, Selena. Okay. Here's what happened. Okay, let me show you. This is what happened. Okay. You feel like you were doing good. Then, for some weeks, there have been rumors that he's seeing another woman. Those rumors tainted your thoughts. Tainted your thoughts. Okay. So, because they tainted your thoughts, it pushed out. So now you saw them kissing and it disgusted you. Okay. That pushed out. Because when you heard the rumors, you chose to listen to the rumors and you started questioning. You started questioning, and so pushed out. So now you don't want them anymore. Here's the thing. If I'm going to be honest with you, that's like saying that I will only ever date a virgin. That's what that's saying. Okay? Because every person you've ever dated has kissed someone, if not several people. Okay? Because remember, they've also dated. Okay? So each person you've ever dated in your life has kissed several people and probably had sexual intercourse with several fucking people. Each person you dated. So why is this one any different? Why is this one any different? You could easily break them up. That's not hard. That's not hard. It's not hard to get rid of gutter trash. But it is a little naive to think that you're not going to want to date somebody because they've kissed someone else. You know what I'm saying? Because if you, in all honesty, want to think about it, you've probably kissed thousands of bitches. Just being honest. Without even realizing it. Oh, what up, Cammy Fines? I'm moving out and I got the apartment for me and my kids. Me and SP are doing great, always manifesting. He's the perfect boyfriend, still going to see him in 18 days. I am loving this for you, Cammy Fines. Keep going, keep going. I'm loving this for you. Santa is real. Santa's real. If I can make 4 people wear pink, I can make one person decide they want to try again. Absolutely, Abby. Absolutely. But don't make one person decide that they want to try again. Okay? No, you can make one person decide that they want to be with you. Okay? James Budden. What up, bestie? We got to talk, bro, because one, I've been very rude not responding to your WhatsApp, so I'm going to do that. But two, I need your help with the candle business we were talking about, right? Because now we're going to be casting spells for people. Okay, so we're going to be doing psychic readings, tarot card readings, and casting spells. So I think like your candles will just seal that deal. You know, your very expensive, high quality candles. I have to pass a test. I have my visa granted, but I can't seem to live. In the end, I keep focusing on the obstacles. I also manifested a breakup for my SP. How do I overcome and achieve everything? Well, hey, it's just Nia. She's amazing, by the way, guys. I talked to her yesterday. You can start by telling yourself, Rentco, that everything is great. Everything in my life is perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. Isn't it wonderful? Everything in my life is perfect. Isn't it wonderful? You can tell yourself that because that's an umbrella affirmation, okay? That implies exactly that. Like everything you want is here, okay? And then If you have to pass a test, you don't have to live in the end of passing the test, okay, necessarily, but you can. I don't know how you just need to tell you just need to tell your, like, living in the end is getting distorted. It's getting distorted. You just have to tell yourself something, right? So it's like, so you need to pass your test. Great. I just passed. That test was so damn easy. That test was so easy. I passed that test with flying colors. I passed that test. That test was so easy. I passed that test with flying colors, or whatever you would say in your language. I got an A. I don't know what kind of test you're going for, but I'm assuming it's for your visa, right? So I don't know how they score those, but that's all you have to tell yourself. You don't have to live in the end of like passing your test. You just have to tell yourself that you passed your test. Like, I totally just passed my test. That test was so damn easy. That test was so easy. I passed my test. I got a perfect score. That's all you have to tell yourself. Okay. You don't have to actually live in the end of that. Okay. You don't have to live in the end of shit, to be quite honest. You don't. You just have to keep telling yourself the opposite. And don't think I haven't forgotten what I was going to tell you. Makes no fucking sense. Can I talk about what it should feel like to be locked in? Okay, so there's no feeling. There's no feeling necessarily of what it would feel like to be locked in. James, you're bad for business, bro. You weren't supposed to You weren't supposed to say where the candles were coming from. Jesus. We got to talk about this. It's bad for business. So, okay, actually, funny story. My company name's called Knockout Babe. Uh, my company name's called Knockout Babe because it was all centered around weight loss. I taught manifestation for weight loss. Um, so yeah, there's that. So that's why I was like, who doesn't want to be a knockout? Yeah. So that's why that's my company name. And I already had somewhat of a following size on YouTube, and I didn't want to start over. So now my YouTube is attached to the mindset diet. But who cares? Who cares? Here we are. Okay. It's the backup. If you said stay out of your candle business, it's his backup if the bunnies go on strike. No, Zoe, I would actually, well, you can affirm for that. Yeah, you can affirm for, she's always calling and texting me. She's always calling and texting me. She's always calling and texting me. Okay. But when you look at her picture, you can be like, you're calling me today. You're calling me today. You're calling me today. Okay. So that's not exactly the same thing as robotically affirming. You asked the question. Do you hear the birds? I have hummingbirds, a million of them. I have a million hummingbirds. I'm the hummingbird whisperer around here. Sarah, that's a good one. I'll do it here. I'll do it here. What would be my advice to youth on navigating current times? What would be my advice to youth? Because actually, I'm a speaker. I've spoken on stages with really, really big names in the personal development space. And so it's actually something I want to do, is actually go and take my talk, not SP, obviously, but teach them law of assumption. Okay. Children. So one, I can get into the schools easy, because who doesn't want their kids to get good grades? It makes the schools look better. But teach them. So my advice to youth on navigating current times is that they're the creators of their reality. Okay, so instead of walking around believing that life has just been dealt by them, right, and they're a victim in their own reality, that their life can change. It doesn't matter where they're from. It doesn't matter where they're from in the world. It doesn't matter at all. They can choose to accept what their life is, or they have the ability to change it. So I would teach the youth how to change their life by controlling their thoughts, by telling themselves something different, right? By telling themselves something different. So if it's like if you were to take certain people, because most people have a story, right? And I don't care who you are, but there's so many different, what do you call them? Nationalities, races. We'll just call them races. We'll just call it what it is. Okay. There's so many different cultures. That's the word. Cultures, where they're taught things from their parents, which their parents were taught things from their grandparents, right? And everything is passed down. And that may have been relevant back in the days, but it's not relevant today. It's none of it's relevant. So a lot of times people will be told that they're at a disadvantage because of their culture. So it's like, oh, you're going to be discriminated on because of your culture, or you're from the ghetto, and so no one gets out of the ghetto. Things like that, based on their poverty lines, based on their social status in the social class, right? And so they're told this, that like people just don't get out of it, right? Is you're stuck here forever, that you're just destined to be poor because that's the area you grew up in. And that's what they're taught. So because of that, they let life just happen to them and they never get out of it. However, the ones in these cultures that are like, bitch, please, no, I'm getting out of here. No, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to make something of my life, right? The people that come from that mentality are the same culture, dynamics, same backstory, but are thriving in life, have more money than anything in the world, like are thriving in life, have an amazing life because they chose to not accept that as their truth. So I want the youth today to navigate current times and realizing that you don't have to work hard to make money. You don't. Like, we literally have the internet now. Okay, back in the days, what did we do without the internet? You don't have to work hard to make money. Like, you don't have to accept your life how it is when you have the ability to change it by changing your thoughts about it, right? And teaching them how to consciously manifest whatever they want in their life. That's what I would teach today's youth. So therefore, we wouldn't have to worry about shit. I mean, we're not taking jobs away, let's be honest, because AI is already doing a great job of that. So it doesn't matter. So instead, I teach today's youth to start a business, to do something for themselves, to do something like that to better their lives. Why? Because you wouldn't have to worry. You don't have to worry about McDonald's closing. Don't trip, because nobody wants to work there anymore because everybody's a business owner. No, that's what AI is for. But you know who's not going to take your job? You know who AI can't replace? You, bitch, if you're the business owner. At all. And I don't give a shit what somebody tells you. I have somebody, an old mentor, that was like, he's selling AI websites now, AI funnels. And he's like, funnel building is old now because it's being replaced by AI. Have you seen the AI funnels? Please. Human design is way better than that. AI sure writes copy, but they're not going to replace copywriters if you're a good copywriter, because all they're doing is pulling shit from the internet. Okay. So it's like, let's not be naive. Now, what would we do if they became AI robots? You know what I'm saying? Because all I can think of is iRobot, the movie. And I'm not jumping and hayaking a fucking robot that's made out of metal. Because if I break a nail, I'm going to be very pissed off. Is it weird that's the first thing I check? I went rolling down a concrete staircase. Like, seriously, I rolled backwards down this I'm on the phone with my mom, and I rolled backwards on a concrete staircase. And my mom, she's just talking the whole time I'm rolling down the staircase. And I like land at the bottom like this. And the first thing I check, I'm like, are my nails good? And then I turn on my camera. I'm like, is it my face? There's no face. That's how my mind works, guys. That's how my mind. I don't care if I look beat up all over my body. As long as my nails are good, my nails are good. Okay, you asked something here. I don't give a damn. Oh, yeah. What does it feel like to be locked in? There's no feeling about being, well, I guess there could be. There could be a feeling to be locked in. And that is you should feel confident, empowered, like confident, right? Locked in means that's it, I'm fucking committing. Kind of like, when you get married. When you get married, you're like on your wedding day, it's like I'm locking in. Like this is it. I'm getting married, right? And so same thing when it comes to your manifestations is you should lock it in and say, I'm going to lock it in. That's it. I'm fully fucking committed. I am so committed to my manifestation. I'm not going to waver. I'm not going to check the 3D. I'm not going to trigger myself. And I'm going to discipline my mind. I'm going to saturate my thoughts and only what I want. And I'm not going to react. I'm not going to spiral. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to lock it in. And I'm just going to know that this is working, that she's getting back together with me right now. I'm just going to know that. And I don't have to worry about anything. And I'm going to affirm, but I'm not going to fucking waver from it. That's locking in. Okay, and I'm not saying that you won't have a second momentary negative thought. That's not realistic. Okay, but you'll flip that thought and you'll try your best to not have those thoughts. Okay, that's locking it in. Interesting. Okay. What are my thoughts on crystals? Why we have covered spells, tarot cards, and mediums. Well, I think crystals are, if you want my honest opinion, I think crystals are beautiful to look at. I don't think that they work. No, I don't think they work. Now, again, everything is your assumption, okay? Everything is your assumption. So if you believe that psychics are serious and you believe what the psychic tells you, well, then she's right. It manifests, right? But even though the psychic didn't know what the fuck she was talking about, you chose to believe her. So if you chose to believe what was said during your psychic reading, then it manifests. It literally manifests. Same with tarot card readings. Is if you believe what the tarot card reader says, then it manifests. What does that mean, that they're right? No, you just chose to believe what they told you, right? I was just going to say that, Dis. In my humble opinion, I think the crystal game is a gimmick. I think it's a gimmick because exactly that. If all you needed was a crystal to manifest some shit, then I'd be rich as fuck. I'd have been rich a long time ago. Because I have a crap ton of crystals. Don't get me wrong. I think they're pretty. I had a money tree. I had a money tree crystal. I had the green crystals. I had all the money crystals. Right? Like I had all the money crystals. Right? I had the black crystal. That's the negative energy one. The sage sticks. The whole 9. I had them all. I still have them. But that's it. I would put them out too on the full moon. I think it was the full moon yesterday. Was it a full moon yesterday? I think it was. Yesterday or the day or today is the full moon, which explains why a lot of you are having issues. I don't believe in the full moon. I'm just kidding. But I know a lot of you guys do. It's not that I don't believe there is a full moon. But there's all this crystal talk when it comes to full moons, right? Where you have to supercharge your crystals. The fuck does that mean? Like, so there's a right and wrong way to use the crystal. Is that what you're saying? So you have to supercharge your crystal. So I would put them outside, right? I'd find the perfect spot on my balcony that had the operant moonlight. That had, and I'd have my, don't worry, I'd have my glass of water too. That's right, son. Yeah. I'd have the glass of water out there too, because you got to supercharge the moon water. But then I don't drink like warm water. So I was always like, am I fucking it up if I put ice in it? Am I screwing it up if I put ice in it? And that shit didn't work. Why would I need to supercharge a crystal? For what? For what? And then what do you do with the crystal? Right? It's not the crystal itself that's working. Okay. It's kind of like the GLP-1 shot or the vitamins or any of that stuff. Like, it's not the crystal itself that's working. It's what you do with it. That's what's working, and it's not the crystal itself, right? So it's like you can literally tell us chicken burger. That's right, chicken burger. You lose weight every time you eat a chicken burger, bitch. But you can literally hold a crystal, right? And they'll be like, you need to say something. Okay, well, that what you're saying is what's working, not the fucking crystal itself. Because if that's the case, you should be able to put the crystal. This is the crystal. I should be able to put that shit there and let it ride. Let the abundance flow. Let the abundance flow in. Because let me tell you, some of these manifestation coaches be wild out there when it comes to certain things. Like one of my friends, she had me cleaning out shit, guys. She'd been cleaning out my wallet. She had me she had me saging my wallet. Like, you're supposed to sage the wallet. I had to clean out the wallet because you have to let positive energy flow into the wallet. into the abundance of energy. It needs to have a clear path, all that ridiculous shit. All that ridiculous shit. Yeah, you're right. If you're doing it consistently, then you don't need to have the 5x5 method. Abby, I saw the moon water stuff and it said to drink it, and I was like, hell no, it's been out all night. It's been out all night. A bird could have pooped in it. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Or a bunch of birds went and fucking dug their little nose in there. Yeah, and if any of you guys are using chat, and you all would know my thought about chat GPT when it comes to manifesting your SPs too. Stay the fuck off chat GPT. Okay, chat GPT it is not a psychic, guys. It does not know who the fuck your SP is. It does not know who your SP is, and it doesn't have the ability to form an opinion. You do know that, right? So it doesn't have the ability, ChatGPT doesn't form an opinion. It gives you what you're asking for. It's like a printer. It just prints out whatever it is you're instructing it to do. And now they've got you all thinking about your SPs a certain type of way. So now let's talk. Okay. This is what I find fascinating about you guys is you like, help me understand this. You don't believe your SPs when they tell you what you want to hear. When they tell you what you want to hear. Like, gutter trash is gone. Yeah, I don't love anybody but you. Like, I don't love her anymore. Like, all this stuff, right? You don't want to believe them when they tell you that. But then they'll tell you things like, I just need time to work on myself. I don't think this is working out, or I have, I'm just so busy with work. I don't have time for our relationship. Like, all the bad shit. Oh, all the bad shit though. You have no problem listening to them when it comes to that shit. No problem. You take them at their word. You don't question. You take them at their word when it comes to all the bad shit they tell you. But when it comes to the good shit, that's when you don't trust them. That's when you don't want to listen to them. Does that make sense? I don't think so. But that's what you guys do. Is you guys just ignore what they tell you. That's what you want to hear. Or you think against it, which means you don't believe them. But then everything else, though, oh yeah, you take them at their word. You take them at their word. Everything mean that they want to tell you, you take them at their fucking word for that. Help that make sense. Well, he said, okay, there's two people. One in our WhatsApp community that said that stupid shit today, and then one here on the live, Nadine, who's also in our WhatsApp community. So she said the same thing. Well, he said that he never loved her. He doesn't love her anymore. And I didn't trust him. Oh. Another person. Well, he said that they were just friends, but I didn't believe him. Oh, okay. So you don't want to believe the good shit, but you've got no fucking problem. You got no problem taking them at their word for all the bad shit. No problem at all. Come on, guys. Come on. We don't do that. We don't do that. If anything, it should be the opposite. You should 100% take them at their word when they tell you things that you want to hear. And you should 100% not listen or believe anything that they tell you that isn't what you want to hear. Because you do know at some point, especially when it comes to gutter trash, you do know at some point you're going to have to dead the shit, right? So like they tell you, right? Because this happened to me. They tell you that that's a wrap. Nope. I want nothing to do with gutter trash anymore. Like it's done data. It's a wrap. Like they call them their ex to you, right? They'll refer to gutter trash as their ex. Half the time they won't even use their name anymore, right? And they tell you that no, it's over for good. Like it's done for good. They'll tell you that. At some point, you have to believe that. You know that, right? What are you just going to ignore? Are you just not going to trust that for the rest of your relationship? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. At some point, you're going to have to be like, I'm going to believe that to be true. Like, so you may as well just do that now. You may as well just do that now and be like, okay, it's literally coming out of his mouth. Okay. And so you can be like, okay, yeah, I mean, he said it, so it's completely true. You do know that, right? So, therefore, it's like they say that, take them at their word. Take them at their word. You have to eventually. So you may as well get a head start now. You guys are crazy. You guys are fucking crazy when it comes to that shit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There's a bad to affirm like all day. Sometimes I feel obsessive because I can't stop thinking about it. No, Vanessa, I don't think it's bad to affirm all day. I mean, I do it. I can't help myself. I literally can't help myself. Like, I'll wake up and it's just natural behavior for me, right? I'll go to bed or I'll be like cooking or something. It's just natural for me to affirm. Although I posted in the group yesterday, my newest song obsession. My newest song obsession. Apparently somebody did not know. Somebody made a comment on my video yesterday. So let me tell you guys now that I have playlists on YouTube. I have playlists on YouTube. So I have an SP playlist. I have a business success playlist. I have a weight loss and self-concept playlist. Okay. Now, are they all in there? Possibly. I do my best to update that playlist. But I did post in the WhatsApp community in the affirmation music. It's not an affirmation music, but it's a music one. In the music section, I felt it was appropriate there because it's a fucking song. And so I posted in there. It's my newest obsession song. I think you guys should listen to it. It's country, and I'm not a country listener myself, unless you're certain artists I like. But I think the song is empowering. Because you know what it says? I will not bend. I will not fold. Yeah. I'll stand tall. Okay? When things try to knock you down. Right? What's that old song? I get knocked down, but I get up again. Yeah, bitch. Get up. You should never get knocked down and fold and want to quit and whine and complain and say you fucked shit up and oh, blah, 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 blah. No. You should pick your fucking head up, stand up, and push forward. Over and over and over and over again. Push forward. That's all you need to do is push forward. Stop getting in your own ways. Stop thinking everything you do, you're fucking it up. That's all that you're doing is fucking it up. It has no idea. You decide if you fucked it up or not. You're the only thing that can stand in the way of your manifestation. No one can stop your manifestation, even if they're manifesting two. Even if they're manifesting two, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing can stop your manifestation but you. So persist. Stop telling yourself you fucked it up every 5 seconds. Stop. Who cares if you got triggered by the 3D? Who cares? Who cares? Push forward. Push forward. No one is perfect. I told you guys, I'm not this person that says just ignore the 3D. How the fuck do you ignore the 3D? You're living in it. Okay? Oh, look at that. I love that for you, Jamie. Because I'm coming to your wedding vow renewal. You decide what works and what doesn't work for you. Okay, you decide all of this stuff. You decide if you screw it up. You decide if you don't screw it up. You decide if reacting is a bad thing or not. You're human, okay? So ignoring the 3D is the dumbest advice I've ever heard in my life because you're not blind. You're not walking around blind unless you just got out an eye vision test. Other than that, you ain't walking around blind. Okay, so you can see the 3D. So what you don't need to do is react to it. We do this instead. Okay, if it's something that triggers us or something that you don't want, then that's all you're doing is, I don't think it's not today, bitch. Not today, bitch. No. I'm better than that. You can go snooping because there's only one way. There's only one way you check the 3D unless the guy lives right next door to you. Which, I just talked to somebody. I have a coaching client whose story is very similar to mine. And they live right next door. So if I can do it, what is your problem? What is your problem? You're going, and I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice but to discipline myself in the 3D. Because it was in my face every day, okay? It was literally in my face all the time, okay? And what I mean is, I like that, Jamie. I had to see my SP all the time, okay? I had to, and I would purposely see him. So if I cannot react to the 3D and discipline myself because he lived one building away from me, I had to see him all the time and he worked for the company, for the property. What the fuck is your problem? What the hell is your problem? Because you guys go looking for the shit. You literally go looking for the shit to react to, because I don't think all of you are living right next door to your SPs. You're not. Okay? So you're literally looking and you're not checking the 3D. You're snooping in the 3D is what you're fucking doing. You're stalking the 3D. That's what you're doing. And checking and checking and checking and checking and checking. And then wondering why you're getting triggered. So if I can discipline myself and I didn't have to go digging, there was nothing to dig. What the fuck is your problem? What is your problem? I told you guys, I gave meaning to everything that I wanted it to mean. Everything only had the meaning I wanted that shit to have. It didn't have any other meaning except the one I gave it. And I wasn't going to waver from that shit at all. Not in the slightest. Nope. Only meaning I want. What meaning do I want this to mean? Okay, great. Yep. Mm-hmm. That man slept nothing but alone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because that's what I told myself over and over and over again. And then he would confirm. But I told myself that over and over and over and over and over again. Whatever I wanted to tell myself, and you shut the fuck up, bruh. Don't delete them so soon, my fantastic mods. Let them hang around for about 60 seconds so I can respond to their fucking loser ass. Okay? Yeah. And it's different if you have to work with your SP. You have to do certain things like that, but you discipline yourself. You discipline yourself. You assign meaning to everything that you want it to mean. Only the meaning I want it to have is the meaning it will have. Whatever I want to believe is what I'm going to choose to believe, is what I'm going to tell myself. I don't need to check shit. I don't check shit. I told myself that. I said, oh, and I did not robotically affirm this. I didn't have to robotically affirm this, but you can choose to assume that somebody is sharing a bed with your SP, or you can choose to assume, well, there's an extra bedroom. So no, he sleeps alone. That's what I told myself. I didn't robotically affirm it, but I also wasn't going to allow myself to think things that did not satisfy me at all. Because why on earth would you want to assume, why on earth would you want to think about your SP sharing a bed with somebody else? That's not a good feeling, right? That's definitely not, I would not want to think that way. So I didn't think that way. Instead, I would just tell myself the opposite and then be like, that's it. It is what it is, because I said so. He stays in his room all day, every day, because I said so. Because that was the meaning I gave it, right? If they don't reply to your text right away, you know your SP better than anybody. So, like, let's say they're big sports fans, your SP. So you could literally be like, let's say you text him, right? And you guys are communicating, and he doesn't text you back right away. You can literally just be like, oh, he's probably eating lunch. He's probably just eating lunch right now, or he's cooking dinner, or he's playing his video games. Oh, he's probably playing his video games, and because they have gamer headsets, right? Or he's probably watching. Oh, he's watching the game tonight, because their behavior is better than anybody. Oh, he's probably taking a nap. That's what I would always say. And you know what they would say? Because I know my SP. I just woke up from a nap. Of course you did. Because I knew him. So I didn't take it personal. You guys shouldn't take things personal if you know your SPs. Instead, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's what he's doing right now. He's driving. He's at the bar with his friends. Whatever. But instead of going down to the dark side and being like, he's probably with this, gutter trash, or he's probably, on dating apps and looking at all that shit. You know what I'm saying? For what? For what good does that do you? It doesn't do you any good. At all. At all. Somebody just posted in the WhatsApp group that somebody just posted in the WhatsApp group about a congratulations because she got she manifested. Duh. That's what we do around here. Okay, that's what we do around here. We get our shit. Okay. Period. We get movement every day. Someone is getting movement. If not, peoples are getting movement. There's nothing that makes them any different than you. People are people, right? But what they do is listen to, what the fuck I tell you to do. That's what they do. They listen with their listening ears what I say. And then they take the aligned action and implement what I actually tell you to do. I tell you guys, I come on here and commit time to you guys every single fucking day. Because I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to help get you out of your own way. Okay. I don't come on and to get you to actually do, but I can't make you do what I tell you to do. Okay. I don't need to teach this stuff. I know how to do it. I did it. I've done it. Okay. So I don't come on here and talk to my fucking self. That's ridiculous because I already know what I'm doing. But I need you guys to get a grip and to actually start doing it, and to persist, and to persist, and to persist, and to what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Persist. Because therefore, well, appropriate name 67, I at least know my name. And 2, I don't have an attitude. Well, actually, that's a lie. I do have an attitude. And if you don't like it, there's another life you can crawl into. Just letting you know. There's another life. Don't worry about it. If you don't like my attitude, I'm not for everyone. And I'm totally okay with that. But I get my shit. So there's that part. So if you want to get your shit, then you can stick around. But you would have to deal with my attitude. Sorry, not sorry. It kind of comes with the territory. What can you do about it? You know? So there's that part. But anyway, so that's what you have to understand. I've already done it. Okay. So I'm here to help you guys do it. So since I started helping people do it, they're getting results when nothing else was working for them. They're getting movement when nothing else is working for them. They've been living in the law of attraction shit for years. I know what that's like. Drinking magic glasses of water and taking leaps forward and visualizing and being all creepy through the night to get a text from your boyfriend because you're whispering in their ear. I know what that's like. And I ain't got not one text message. And I did that one. I did about 4 different techniques for that shit every day. Every day. I did about 4 different techniques. Or no, I did about 40 techniques, but I would do 4 of them would be for gutter trash was one main one because it was the only one I could wrap my head around. I did like 55,000 for me and SP, and then I did 4 for text. Not one damn thing, not one little creep of movement came through. There you go, Alejandra. There you go. Yes, conversations with the water. Because there's an energetic vibration in the water. Well, what's that got to do with my manifestation? Oh, man. I actually used this glass because it had to be glass. Could not be plastic. It had to be glass. You'd be like, yes. Or they had you have one glass and another glass and then pour until you had to do something with this glass and then pour it into that one. Oh, I love law of attraction. No, I don't, which is why I throw rocks at them all the time because I think it's bullshit. Yes, jumping timelines. You know, the way they teach you, maybe I'll teach you guys how to do that. The way they teach you how to jump timelines is bullshit. However, I did it before with my mom. I just wanted to test it out. So I jumped timelines to my mom's. I jumped to my mom's timeline. I know she had been struggling to lose weight. This is a while ago. She wanted to lose weight. And so I jumped to her timeline. And I told her some shit. I did some shit on her timeline. And I didn't say anything to her. I didn't think anything of it. I was driving home a couple hours later. And she was like, she goes, it's so weird. She goes, all of a sudden she started reading labels on stuff at the grocery store, same day, within hours. And I remembered, I said, oh shit. I was like, that's what I told her in jumping the timeline. And literally within hours, she was doing exactly what I said. So, how would you guys like to jump to your SP's timeline and tell them what to do? Hmm? No? Okay. I just thought it would be fun. But never mind. I'll keep it to myself. You guys will know what yeah, Rob, everything is a timeline, okay? Your entire life is a timeline, okay? It's a technique I'd have to pull out, but maybe I'll schedule one live, and we'll just do that technique, okay? Where it's a cool technique, okay? Because every one of you have a timeline, okay? So it's like if I was to tell you, point in the direction of your past, go. You would say, you would have to ask yourself, where's my past? And you just ask yourself, and it's the first direction you point. For me, it's this way, but not necessarily everybody's is this way. For some people, it's this way. Other people, it's this way, right? Some people it's this way. Everyone's past is different. Then you say, point in the direction of your future. It's usually the opposite. Hey, Terry, sister. But it could be something else, right? It could be different directions for everybody. For me, my future is this way, my past is this way. Okay. So everybody's timeline is different. So, but given the technique, you guys will learn if you're going to my event on Saturday, you'll learn your timeline. Okay. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about, because that's actually how we release your negative emotions, is through your timeline. Okay. And so, so you guys will know what your timeline is. You don't have to know what SP's timeline is, but it's a quick, simple technique for you to jump to their timeline. Mm-hmm. I totally forgot about it until now, where I realized that, and I was like, oh, of course you do, son. I'll let that slide, bitch. I'll let that slide. But yeah, I think it's a very simple technique from what I remember. I haven't done it for years. Well, actually, that's a lie. I haven't done it in over a decade. But all I know is I got confirmation within hours, and I never even told her about it. I've never even told her about it. Just Mary. I'm going to send out a text. They should all have gone out. Oh, I had to figure it out. Well, no. The live event where I'm going to release negative emotions is on Saturday. But you'll get lifetime access to the recording, so you can do it yourself, right? Because I want you guys to be able to do it again. But for this jumping of your timelines, I'll probably schedule a live on TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, you might want to do so. But I'll schedule a live on TikTok, and it'll be a special event where that's all we're going to do is jump to your SP's timeline. Yeah. Absolutely. You can do this for children and money. So that's going to be fucking fun. I got to figure that out. I just have to go back through my video content and remember how the technique went. But you guys will find that freaking fun. Nope, you sure will not, baby. It's the same link we have our happy hours on. I try to keep it simple. So it'll be the same link we have our happy hour. So that'll be fun. And if you guys don't fucking show up to that, then I'm going to be really pissed off. Because I really want you guys to hop your SP's timeline and get them to, do what you want them to do. I don't know why it's saying that shit. I just screw up the automation again. Ugh. Thursday? No, that's wrong. Oops, it's 48 hours. It's 11 a.m. Pacific time because it'll give me an hour to go live before we do the live event on Saturday. I was thinking about doing it Saturday. Then I was like, maybe I should do it next Saturday since it's Easter this Saturday. And so maybe people are busy. I don't fucking know. But anyway, um, yeah, but I want to do timeline jumping. Because if I can get my mom to do that within hours, something so stupid, I'd go on the grocery. You can get your recipe, do whatever you want them to do. And now you'll know the technique. Okay? All right. So it's a matter of talking to them. Just like I can, there's all kinds of those type of things, but they actually fucking work. Okay? Because it's not about the visualization aspect of it. It's subconscious mind work. Okay? It's a subconscious mind rewiring. That's why the techniques, if I ever teach you a technique, it's from the subconscious mind level. Okay? It's not like just visualize and trust the process. No, it's about subconscious mind because that's where everything is stored. Okay? All right. So we are about to do the excuse me. We're going to do the photo method. Okay, I'm not going to do the energy cord cutting on YouTube because YouTube annoys me when it comes to that. Actually, YouTube is amazing. I want them to push my videos out. Where's your question? I should probably stop hating on YouTube. You know what I mean? Their bots are listening. What the hell's your question? Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scrolling down the streets. Can you just type your question again? Because I've gone all the way hella back and I don't see it. It's a technique. I don't know if you're getting filtered out because I don't see your question again. You said, can you see your question? Then there's somebody else, and then you said, I have typed again, but I don't see your question. So let me see. Let me check your status here. No, I cannot. So maybe if you want, just send me a DM, okay? Or put it, oh, here. I don't know why it's not visible. I keep posting. That's weird. Does anybody know why the saksh thing is invisible? I have no idea. Because I don't see you being on here you're in timeout. Like we're children around here. We can put you in timeout. But anyway, there's a lot of new people here, so get your SP's photos out so we can get ready to do the photo method, okay? And it's a whole technique, my dude. So I can't teach you I can't just be like, all right, guys, we're going to jump into the SP's timeline to right this second. I have to this is a marketing thing. I have to build anticipation so that people show up. But I'll do it soon, I promise. I'll do it really, really, really soon. Really, really soon. Yeah. Okay? All right. So if you are new here, my name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I don't think everyone who's manifesting a specific person wants to get pregnant. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, this would be called, isn't manifesting a rich AF person. That's what that'd be called. Oh, I told you. I already answered that fucking question. That was way up there. Thanks. Look at them. They went all the way back and dug your question. You still better be here. Saksh. Okay. I only said it to myself. I didn't give it a meaning. I just said it to myself. Like, no, he sleeps alone. He had an extra bedroom. So I was like, he sleeps by himself. He sleeps alone. Yeah, that's it. He doesn't like sleeping with anybody but me. That's it. You are. Okay. If you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong when it comes to your SP so that we can get it right and tight, then all links are in the description box below. So also I have a members only community. You're welcome to sign up and join us there, where we're going to be doing monthly challenges, private Zoom Q&As. So, you can actually talk in person. I'm a very personal person. I'm not going to make fucking video Q&As. That's stupid. And all that is for is content. Okay. But I actually don't have acne. Okay. So there's that part. Anyway, yeah, I have very smooth skin, actually. So I have, I think, what do they call freckles? I think they're. Yeah, I don't even have a lot of them. But anyway, so yeah, if you want to work with me one-on-one in any capacity, I also have personalized hypnosis recordings where I personally record a hypnosis audio for you, given whatever area of life you want to work on. And I have sleep meditations that are, fire, because I made them. So all of that good, glorious stuff is in the description. Also, be sure to subscribe while you're here. Okay. I know they are weirdos. Everyone on YouTube is amazing. What are you talking about? Everyone on YouTube is amazing. Okay. But they're a bunch of weirdos. All right. So we're going to do the photo method. Now, the photo method is designed to get you contact with you and your SP, okay? To get you contact, you just literally cannot view obstacles standing in between you and contact with your SP. Just make sense. No obstacle standing in between you and SP. Okay? That means blocked, in no contact, all that, doesn't have the phone number, restraining orders, all that glorious crap. None of that matters. So do not view that as an obstacle standing in between you and SP. You got me? Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do the photo method real quick because we're running out of time. And so what I want you to do is play along, because I need to get you guys to start expecting something different from your SPs. You need to start expecting the behavior from your SPs that you want from them, not the behavior that you're getting. Okay? So I want you guys to go ahead and I want you to go back down memory lane for just a second. Okay? I want you to go back to the time in your relationship where everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. And they were checking all the boxes. Go back to that time right now. Remember that version of your SP. Who were they as a person for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Recall that version. Forget who they were 5 seconds ago. The only version that you are remembering right now and selecting right now is your perfect person. The one who constantly was calling and texting you, always spending time with you, taking you on dates, loving to spoil you, buying you flowers every week, was making you feel like you were his only priority. Okay, who wanted to be with you, who loved you. I want you to hold on to that version of your SP, that perfect person right now. I want you to hold on to that perfect person. I want you to bring them into your current reality right now. Who they were before is not who they are now for you. They are right now your perfect person. No other version of your SP exists except for your perfect person. Okay? The one that is always, that you never questioned if they were going to contact you today. You just knew. You knew. Because they were your perfect person. You didn't have to check your phone. You weren't wondering if you were going to hear from them. Nothing. You knew you would. Well, now that's who they are for you again. That version is who they are for you again right now. Okay? Now, get ready, guys. If you are new here, I want you to put on your crown. Ah, I don't want to bobby pin the shit in. I need a bigger one. If you are not new here, I want you to straighten your crown. I love it. Do you guys love it? I'm going to be taking photos like that. Okay, because around here, we don't take our crowns off. We wear our crowns 24/7. The crown stays on. $7.99 on Amazon. Don't sleep on the Amazon game, guys. Don't sleep on the Amazon game. And it's, can you hear that? Right? I felt I had to get it. Now I have to go do a photo shoot with it, right? So I have to put my bobby pins in and I have to go do a photo shoot with it on. So therefore I can, use it for branding purposes. Oh, brilliant. Anyway, we get what we want and we get it when we want it. Do you understand? This is not an option. Okay? When we give a command, when kings and queens give commands, James, I swear to God, I thought about going and getting a shit ton of their crowns. When kings and queens give commands, do they question, check, wonder, worry if their commands will be fulfilled? No. When kings and queens give a command, they know, they expect for their wish to be fulfilled, for their command to be carried out. That is now your expectation. You have right now, your perfect person is in your current reality. So right now, you are going to expect something different from them. You are going to expect perfect boyfriend, perfect girlfriend, perfect husband, perfect wife behavior from them. Just like you did in the past, just like you never questioned if you would hear from them. You knew you would. That same knowing is exactly who you are right now. There's nothing to check. There's nothing to doubt. You're the queen or the king in your reality. All right? So you're going to look at your SP's picture. If you are alone, say it out loud so you can say it with a little bit of backbone. If you are not alone, say it in your mind. Don't look like a wacko. And you're going to give your commands, okay? If you're in no contact or you're in contact, but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to command you're going to tell them to give, that they're contacting you. You could say you're contacting me, calling me, texting me. It really doesn't fucking matter. Okay, so you would sit there and say, you're texting me right now. 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 Yeah, we are, Tabitha. That's going to be a killer banner for our podcast. Okay, so that's your command. Okay, now if you are in consistent contact with your SP, you have two choices. You can tell them to contact you right now just to prove how powerful you are, or you can move to the next step and say, you're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. Okay, if you are in a situationship, friends, or relationship, then you have choices. You can tell them they're coming to see you today. You can tell them they're texting you right now. Or you can have fun with it and tell them that they're doing whatever you want them to do. You're bringing me flowers today. You're buying me dinner today. You're bringing me dinner tonight. You're rubbing my feet tonight. You're making love to me tonight. All of that good stuff. Whatever it is that you want from them. Okay? So you're going to get to it right now. Right now. You're going to get to it. And you're going to give your command. And you are going to know and expect them to contact you. Do it now while I mute and turn off the camera so I go to the bathroom. Hello. We're back. Oh, so now you can relax and expect them to contact you. Just know, just like you knew back then. You know now. Because there is no other version of your SP that exists except for your perfect person. That is it. That is all she wrote. Do you understand? I will tell you, you guys can save a lot of money if you have in my office. I have a fireplace. I have like one of those like fake fireplaces, but it like lights up and it produces heat. So why heat an entire freaking place when you could just heat the room you're in? You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Saves you a shit ton of money, especially here when the electric bill is ridiculous. And I don't think it's right that we can't choose. Like you can choose your cable company, but you can't choose your electric company. That's bullshit. They could be ripping you off. I'm convinced they're ripping me off. No, they're not. No, they're not. Actually, they're giving me a discount on my electric bill this month. Yes, they are. Because I said so. Okay, Dom. So she said she spoke with her SP the other day for 11 hours, but he's still pointing out what he thinks are my flaws. What the fuck? Okay, well, he's only reflecting you, okay, and your thoughts. So you need to start now thinking that you're the perfect girlfriend. I have no flaws. He thinks I'm flawless, actually. He thinks I'm perfect. He thinks I'm perfect. He absolutely thinks I'm perfect. You need to tell yourself that. So then they won't think you have flaws anymore, right? Because you're flawless. He thinks I am perfect. He thinks I am absolutely perfect. Nadine, you feel much better and relaxed now. Thank you. Thank you, Nadine. I will take that as a win. I will take that as a win. That's right. That's right, Alejandra. Command that he conforms. Exactly. Command that he conforms. Did I get a reply? No, I don't give a damn. Did I get a reply? Yes, I did, actually. I got a reply. She said, got it. I'm listening. See what a psychic I am? Guys, I'm telling you, I will be the world's favorite psychic. I'm America's favorite psychic. Look at that. Did you guys see that? She just started using the affirmations I recommended, and movements started just yesterday. That's right. I am the queen, but you're a queen too, bitch. You're all queens and kings. You see what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about, guys. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. I don't come on here and teach. I don't parrot information I get online. Anyone can do that. Anyone can. There's a lot of people that are doing that. I find it even more hilarious when people are teaching you how to manifest an SP back, but are going on TikTok lives asking about affirming and stuff like that. How the fuck are you going to teach people how to manifest and guarantee your results too, but you're in other people's TikTok lives asking about manifesting an SP? That's right. She tried other coaches too. Let me take a picture of that. She tried other coaches too, and nothing worked. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about. So you need to do what I say to do. Yeah, Tabitha, exactly. And asking people they claim to hate. Phony. People are phony out there. Are phony out there. I love it. Oh man, guys giving me all these testimonials. I'm just trying to help the world. I'm just trying to help the world. Okay. I am like the low price leader in the coaching space, literally, because I'm trying to help as many of you get your SPs back. And I can't do that if I'm charging $5,000. Okay. So no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to do email coaching because I fucking hate typing in the first place. So I don't even like typing in a code. When they when they send me a verification code, I will copy that shit and paste it. I want to type the code. Things like that. Yeah. Um, so I don't parrot information. Okay. I want to help as many people as possible manifest their SPs back, and I'm good at it, clearly. So I'm here to help you be good at it. Okay. Because like somebody said I was talking to yesterday, she's like, I'm going to prove this to myself. I'm going to do this because then if I can manifest movement from a person, I can do anything I want. I can have anything I want. 1,000% you can. 1,000% you can. Because this is where I think it's fucking rude and stupid. It's trash advice. Thanks, Jacqueline. It's trash advice when people say that you can manifest money, but you can't manifest people. Okay, that doesn't make any sense because whatever you're manifesting, it doesn't matter what you're manifesting, except for weight loss. Somebody has to get the idea to do what you want them to do. If you're manifesting a job, well, somebody has to get the idea to hire you. Okay, so like if you're manifesting money, well, somebody has to get the idea, or lots of people have to get the idea to give you money. So that's the same fucking shit as an SP, no offense, but it's the same thing. They have to get the idea. You have to give them the idea. Okay? Everything is feedback. So when you're looking at your 3D or let's say you're in contact with your SP, everything is feedback. When they're saying something that you don't like or whatever, then it's like, thanks guys. Gosh. I love all of you, by the way. I do. You're all real people to me, and I love each and every one of you. And I love to share your victories too. But when you're talking to somebody and they say something that you don't like, then you need to look at that as feedback and say, okay. So like with Dawn, right? With Dawn, what she was going through, right? It's like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. So I manifested communication, but it's still not the communication that I want. So where am I going wrong? Oh, let me pivot this a little bit. No, he thinks I am perfect. Actually, he tells me every day how perfect I am. He tells me every day how fucking perfect I am. Right? So it's like, you could be manifesting, let's say you're talking to your SP and they're still rude. Their messages are not loving and sweet. They're rude. Right? So instead of identifying the message as being rude and saying like, oh no, I don't like how you're speaking to me. So, I'm not going to listen. No, that's feedback. So you say, okay, so I'm communicating, I'm getting the communication that I want, but not the type of communication that I want. So that means that I need to change something. I need to do something differently. So, let me take a step back and say, oh, no, absolutely not. He's nothing but loving and sweet. In fact, every text he sends me is loving and sweet. Like he is the sweetest man on the planet. Like he's constantly texting me loving things. That's feedback. So you pivot your description of him. Okay, the things that you're saying on how you're describing him, right? Things like that. If he's, constantly making plans for you, but all of a sudden you find yourself, all of a sudden he cancels. No, I'm his only priority. Anytime he makes a plan with me, he always keeps his commitments with me. He always keeps his commitments. That's feedback. Everything is fucking feedback. I love this for you, Terry. Now, Terry, what have you learned along your manifestation journey? Because literally, guys, Terry's living proof that you can't fuck it up. She is. She's living proof that you can't screw it up. Okay? Because she's reacted to the 3D, right? She's wavered. She's spiraled, just like all of you. But then she gets a grip, pulls her fucking shit together, and persists forward. And what's happening? Right back on track. Right back on track. Right back on track. Yes, it's Terry from the group. Yes, it's Terry from the group, girl. Okay, so it's right back on track. Okay, he called her twice this morning. Yeah, because she wasn't packing that shit up like, well, better pack this manifesting shit up because I just fucked it up. No, she's like, I made a mistake. Push forward. Push forward. It's cool. I learned from it. So push forward, right? And that's what Terry's now learning is I'm going to push forward. It's cool. I'm going to try my best to not react to the 3D. I'm going to try my best to not spiral, to not waver, to not do any of that stuff, but I'm going to push forward and I'm going to control what kind of contact I get from my SP, right? Things like that. And she's right back on track. It's like literally a couple days later, the turnaround is right back on track, guys. It's not like it's this long fucking process like you screwed up and it's going to take months for things to change again. No, literally the next day, things can be right back on track or 2 days later. Usually what I have found in my experience is a max 2 days. It's typically a maximum of 2 days where you're right back on track, like nothing was wrong, okay? Because you control it. You're in complete control. So that's what you guys need to understand is you need to get out of your fucking heads. Get out of your head and break pattern. You have to break the patterns now because you have history. This is why I hate when these manifestation fucking coaches on here will be like, I'm going to teach you how to manifest your SP back, but they've never done it before. No, because there's a difference in manifesting an SP. Anyone can manifest an SP. All of your SPs are manifestations. It's easy to manifest somebody new. It's a whole nother thing to manifest your SP back because you have history now. You have stories now. Okay. So, and you have patterns with your SP. So you have to break the patterns. You have to break the patterns now. Okay. So it's like you want your SP to come and see you because you happen to be in their area. You want SP to come and see you, but you have a history of him saying he's going to come see you and not showing up. So what does that tell you? That tells you that you need to do things differently. I need to break pattern because every time he does this, he doesn't show up, but only because I question if he's going to show up because he didn't show up one time. And so now I question every time he says he's going to come, I question it. You can't do that anymore. You have to say no because I've been proven right over and over and over again because that's my narrative. So therefore, not anymore. I'm going to break this pattern. He is coming to see me this weekend. He is coming to see me. He's coming to see, actually, he's fucking on his way over right now. He's coming to see me right fucking now. And I'm not going to waver from that. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to doubt it. I'm going to push forward because every time I doubted it and questioned it in the past, it turned out true. You're always manifesting one or the other. So, yeah, she knows who the fuck I'm talking to. Okay? So you have to break the pattern. You have to say, no, I'm always manifesting. And that's what you guys need to understand. You're always manifesting an outcome. Which outcome are you continuously manifesting? The one that they ghost you, block you, don't want to talk to you, don't want to come and see you, don't want to come and spend time with you? Or are you going to break pattern and start telling yourself the opposite? Because it's like, either way, I'm manifesting an outcome. Which outcome do I want to manifest? No, I've manifested over and over again, him not coming to see me. I'm all done with that shit. So no, now he's coming to see me and I'm going to persist in that truth only. And I'm going to persist. I'm not going to waver from it. I'm going to persist because I owe it to myself to break the pattern, because next time it's going to be the same over and over and over again. Break the patterns now, right now. You need to do things. I want you all to break every fucking pattern you have had, every negative pattern you have had with your SP in the past. I want you right now to break all those patterns. Break them all. And say, no, nope. This is what happened before. This is what, nope, he's texting me. But this is what happened before. As I slide back and question, is he going to text me again? Or what is he doing? Why isn't he texting me? And so he stops communicating with me. We go no contact again. Not this time. Not fucking this time. This time, I don't care if we go from texting every 5 fucking minutes to all of a sudden I don't hear from him for 6 hours. No, he's texting me right now. He is texting me right now. He's going to, in fact, he's busy. He's just going to text me back as soon as he gets a chance. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Because every other time, I think the opposite, it pushes out. So I'm going to break that pattern this time. When it comes up, I'm going to break the pattern. He has a history of freaking Ghost making plans and not following through with his commitments. So the next time he makes a plan with you, nope, no. I usually question if he's going to do it because we have a history of him doing that. But since I'm evolving and I'm breaking fucking patterns, no, he's absolutely going to take me out. He's absolutely going to take me out right now. He's absolutely going to take me out right now. Nana ya. Nana ya. What was that, a test? Nana Yao. Yes, this is real. Okay. And yes, Jason's birthday party, I do answer questions. That's why I'm here. Okay. That's why I'm here. But I'm also here to fucking bitch at people because I need you guys to break the patterns. You have to break the cycles. Everything in your relationship up until now has been a cycle. Has been a cycle. And it has been a pattern that you have created based on one freaking time. Based on one time, you've created a pattern throughout your relationship, and you have numerous patterns in your relationships. So that led to your breakup, that led to the decline of your relationship. So this time, you must do things differently and break that pattern over and over and over again. Another pattern comes up and you realize you find yourself, and you'll know what they are because you'll find yourself questioning the opposite. And then you're like, no, wait a minute. This is a pattern. I have to break it. So I'm going to persist right through this. I'm going to persist right through this, right? You get hot and cold behavior. Usually when you get the cold behavior is when you react. So instead, nope, no. This is a pattern. This is a pattern. So I'm not going to react to the cold behavior anymore. I'm not going to react to the cold behavior anymore. I'm going to get a fucking grip and I'm going to persist in perfect boyfriend only, even with the cold behavior. So he must turn around. Okay, break every pattern you have. Break every pattern you have because you will find out that it's different now. All of a sudden, things are different now. Things are showing up. You're being treated differently. You're being respected. You're being loved. You're being all these things because you are now breaking every pattern that you created. They didn't create the pattern. You did by them doing it one time. Oh, he's busy. He's usually busy at work. I'm going to break the pattern. I'm going to break the pattern. Whoops. I almost blocked my girl, Jamie. All I see here from you, Jason, birthday party, is do you answer questions? And then all I see here is no question except for you didn't answer. All I see here is you didn't answer my question. I don't know who you're asking, are they still together? That would be, if you're asking me if we're still together, yes, we are still together. Or I'd be a fraud on the internet. As to everybody else, yeah, when they get their SPs back, if you do what I say, because that's the easiest part of manifesting your SP is getting them back. It is. I don't even want to, because I won't create false assumptions in you, but where the discipline comes in is getting them to stay, is keeping them by, again, breaking patterns. He's saying something I don't like to hear. I'm not going to react. I'm not reacting. I am not going to react. I am not reacting because I used to react in the past. I am not reacting. They will notice a difference. They will notice a difference. I literally had somebody, I had somebody on here say that twice. I've heard that twice this week, where literally they'll be like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because you're not doing things the same anymore. You're not doing the same anymore. Every time you don't break the pattern, you're giving your power away. You're giving your power away every time you don't break the pattern. Every time you react, you're giving your power away. Every time you do any of that shit, you're giving your power away. Can you tell us again, what was your routine when you were manifesting your SP? I manifested my SP back in steps. So it's exactly what I tell you guys to do. So I had 50%. It was probably about, because it was to discipline my mind is probably about 60-40, to be quite honest, or 50-50. I don't know. I didn't clock the shit. Okay. But we'll just say it was 50-50 split, 50% gutter trash, 50% me and SP. Okay. And I didn't go down this rabbit hole of stuff. So it's like, I was just like, circumstances don't matter. I would remind myself of that, especially since if you can't figure out why, because the logical part of your brain wants to know the how. You know what I'm saying? So instead I would remind myself, circumstances don't matter. Circumstances don't matter. Circumstances do not matter. JP asked a question. Okay, so you have to remind yourself of that. But you guys owe it to yourself to break all these patterns because, like I told you, if you don't break the patterns, you're just recreating them over and over again in your new relationship because you're comparing this new relationship to patterns in the last relationship with your SP. But that's old history. This is now new history. Okay, this is now new history. So because of that, well, thank you, Cloud. I will take the compliment any day. So now you owe it to yourself to not compare. You cannot compare this relationship to past relationship at all. That's old shit. We don't want that. We want new, fresh beginning. So I'm going to see him only in the way I want to see him. And I will not waver from that description anymore because last time in your last relationship, you wavered from the version of him, which is what caused the breakup. Okay, so nope, I'm not going to waver from that version of my SP this time because I've evolved. So I'm not going to do that. I don't need to react verbally at all anymore. I don't need to check the 3D because you ain't checking the 3D and you ain't snooping around when you're together, are you? No. Okay, so you don't have to do any of that crap. Okay, you don't have to do any of that stuff to get a different result. Because I'm not saying you have to live in the end of a relationship if your 3D shows you the complete opposite at the current second. However, you should be acting in the 3D as if you're in a relationship. No need to check. What do I need to snoop on his profile for? What do I need to go on down his entire friends list and see, or look and see who the fuck is liking his stories? Why do I need to see that? That's an insecurity within yourself. That's an insecurity within yourself. Okay, but you wouldn't do that if you were in a relationship with him. I don't need to check my phone and see if he texted me. I don't need to question. I don't need to worry. I don't need to doubt because I didn't do that in the beginning of my last relationship. But when did you do that shit? Go ahead. I'll wait. Oh, that's right. You did all that shit when? At the end of your relationship. At the end of your relationship, which we all know how that worked out. Oh, that's right. To the breakup. That led to the breakup. You being all insecure, checking shit, doing all of this stuff, reacting, doing all this, getting triggered by nonsense. That's what led to your breakup. By being all in your fucking thoughts about things. So why, if you want your SP back, you need to do the opposite. You need to do the opposite and say, no, this behavior that I'm doing right now is exactly what led to my breakup in the first place. So if I want them back, what the fuck do I look like doing the same shit? Because that's not going to get them back. That's what pushed them away. So instead, I'm not going to do that shit. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to do things differently because that's exactly what pulled them to me. Not a repellent. It's a magnet. It becomes magnetic because you're pulling them to you. You're the one that's being pursued now. They're now chasing you because you have evolved. You have evolved. You're doing things differently than anything else. That's literally all it fucking takes. All it takes. It's literally all it takes, guys. All it takes is to sit there and do things differently. Do things differently. So, what did we learn? What did we learn? No, I'm not mad, bro. I'm not mad. I don't get mad, actually. Very rarely do I get mad. But I get frustrated with my people. because I want you guys to manifest your SPs back. Because, like I've told, like my people already know this, but if you're new here, the difference between me and every other coach in YouTube or TikTok or anywhere else is I actually care about you. They do not. They do not, which is why they don't answer your questions on YouTube videos at all. They only like the first video because this is how the YouTube algorithm works. Let me educate you. Is they only like, they don't even comment back. A lot of them don't, but they'll like everybody's comment for the first hour because YouTube says you should be on, after you post a video, that you should be online for an hour. So that's what they do. And then they stop responding. And then they stop responding because they don't give a shit about you. They care about the algorithm of YouTube, and they care about pushing their videos out and getting paid off of YouTube. That's what they give a shit about. They don't care about you, but I do. So yes, sometimes I come on and I cry. Oftentimes I come on and I lecture and yell because I actually give a shit if you get your SPs back. I don't just make content to make content. So there's that part. It's exhausting to make content sometimes, guys. It's exhausting to make content sometimes. Okay, when I say my SP will conform instantly, but say, example, they're at work, etc., does instantly actually mean same day when they would usually contact practically possible? Yes. Yes. So all manifestation is instant. So this is why I say to give, because you have to give meaning to everything. So here's why I say that I don't give a damn. And that is because so many people react to, like, they'll text their SP and then their SP won't respond. They'll be left on read or delivered, one of the two. Okay. And so because of that, most people react in their thoughts about it. They react in their thoughts about it and they assign negative meaning, negative meaning, negative meaning, negative meaning, negative meaning. Okay. And that's all they do is they assign negative meaning after negative meaning. And so because of that, they'll be like, why hasn't he responded yet? My God, it's been 5 hours. It's been 10 minutes since he's responded. Why isn't he responding yet? Why hasn't he responded? Why hasn't he responded? Which all that does is create more time. Okay. Because you're focused on the amount of time it's taking him and he hasn't responded. And you're telling yourself he hasn't responded, he hasn't responded, he hasn't responded. So therefore they can't respond. So instead you would tell yourself, oh, he's just busy right now. They're just busy at work right now, but they're going to get back to me as soon as they can. Because I've been doing this for a while and Keat. And I just look at my own life and you just reverse engineer. You reverse engineer and you come to the inevitable conclusion that law of attraction is bullshit. And that you created all this. Okay. So by assigning that meaning instead, then they literally will, oftentimes they will respond back and be like, sorry, I was just busy. Of course they were. They were just busy. Instead of saying they're ghosting me. Okay. That is what a lot of people say in general, that they're ghosting me. And therefore they literally cannot reach out to you. They cannot reach out to you because they're ghosting you. I have entrepreneur clients that will say that, like, hey, Jen, so I had a great sales call. I thought the sales call went great. And I've been following up for 2 weeks and they haven't responded. So I think they're ghosting me. And so I said, I said, ghosting who? I said, no. I was like, change the language, change the meaning. Say, no, she's just busy right now, but she's dying to get back to me. She'll get back to me as soon as she can. And sure enough, within a week, she contacted him back. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I was just busy. And he got the job and he got the gig, right? He got the contract. Of course. Because whatever meaning you give it is the meaning it's going to have. So that's why I say to assign that meaning, because most people, they're right away. They don't respond in fucking 10 whole ass minutes. And right away, their mind goes to ghosted. No. You're contacting me right now is exactly what that means. The minute they will contact you on the spot, the minute you actually think they will. If you're selecting perfect boyfriend or perfect girlfriend and you're being honest with yourself and that is only how you see her and you don't see your circumstance as an obstacle preventing that, she'll contact you on the spot. Okay. But if you see an obstacle preventing that contact, or you're like, well, I don't know how that would happen because of X, Y, and Z, then they can't contact you. But the second you change that meaning, they'll contact you on the spot if you don't view the obstacles. Okay? All right. I am so excited. I will be about 30 minutes late tomorrow on live. So I usually go live at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. But tomorrow we will be going live, bitches, at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. You know why? Because that's when we get to go live on TikTok again. So excited to get back over to the TikToky world. Okay. So we will definitely make sure if you have not, if you have not been or if you're not following me on TikTok, go ahead and head on over. Link is in the description box below, and follow me on TikTok. So therefore we can go ahead and, you can join my I know, seriously. So you can join our TikTok lives. They're a rocking ass good time. And yeah, we're, as you can see, my people are big fans of TikTok. So, I will go live here on YouTube probably twice a week. We'll see. Probably twice a week. But that will not be in lieu of TikTok. Okay. It'll be, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It will be, not in lieu of TikTok. It will be in addition to TikTok live. Okay. Cause we're doing F the 3D on TikTok. Apparently they're very sensitive. They're very sensitive. But I do, Melissa, also post all of my TikTok lives replays. They're always posted to my YouTube channel, so you can always watch the replays there. Okay. And also, and because I'm really tired of, I don't know half of you fucking people, because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to your TikTok names. I'm super used to your TikTok names. So, but that's why I'll go live here too. I got your back, girlfriend. Okay. No, I don't do peptides. It's too much stuff. You don't need to do peptides either. You can placebo yourself, and therefore you don't need a peptide. Okay. If I didn't answer your question, just send me a message. Okay. You guys can always send me a message through TikTok in the description box below. Okay. If you want me to manifest for you, or you're interested in one-on-one coaching so that you can get your SP conforming, like today, that would be amazing. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I can, but I'd have to get a second phone out, and stream both, but it's really hard for me to be able to monitor two chats. That sounds like a fucking nightmare to monitor two chats. So, Saksh, if you have a question, I got a jet because I got a coaching call, but if you have a question, then just shoot me a message and I'll answer it. Or comment after this is done. Oh, that's what you can do. After this is done, you can comment. And then, tips for appearance change without surgery. Okay, bye, besties. Let's break our patterns for how we ended up here. You tell yourself whatever you want to take peptides for. You can literally tell yourself a placebo would be like, every time I drink water, I do this. Every time I drink water, I get a glow up. Every time I drink water, my boobs get bigger, right? Every time I drink water, whatever you're using the peptide for, it happens, right? Every time I drink water, my skin gets clearer. Okay. So same with an appearance change. You can either tell yourself like, damn, but you have to stay consistent. So you can look in the mirror. You can do the mirror technique, and you can look in the mirror and just be like, yeah, every day. I've never looked a day over 20. I have never looked a day over 20. Or I have the perfect nose. I literally have the perfect nose. Or you want a better body. Like my body looks just like a supermodel. I look just like Kim Kardashian. Or, every time I breathe, my ass gets bigger. Right? That's how you do an appearance change. You should placebo. I told you guys all that you should placebo your freaking SPs. Every time I breathe, they fall more in love with me. Every time I breathe, they fall more in love with me. Mm-hmm. You know how many times you breathe? And guess what? You continue to breathe when you're back together too, don't you? I'm not going to cry on the tube of you. I'll cry on TikTok. How can you increase your height without surgery? I got to go. I got to jet, but you can increase your height by telling you, how tall do you want to be? I'm 6 feet tall. I am literally 6 feet tall. I am 6 feet tall. I am 6 feet tall. I am fucking 6 feet tall. Damn, I am 6 feet tall. Every time I drink water, I get taller. I'm 6 feet tall right now. Okay? That's right. Every time you sneeze, he's thinking about you. Yes. All right. All right. Placebo is exactly that, where you're convincing yourself that every time you do something, you get something. Okay. Every time I drink water, my bank account increases. Every time I drink water, my bank account increases. It's like this. It's like a sugar pill. Okay. All right, guys. I love you all, besties, and I will see you on TikTok tomorrow. Just remember, I will be 30 minutes late because I cannot go live until 10:30. Okay? Well, it's like 10:26, but 10:30. All right. That's right. He falls deeper in love with you. Yes. All right, guys. I love you, besties. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.